And we're live. Hey guys, a little bit, a few minutes late there. Uh, little, some difficulties and stuff, but we got it figured out, I guess. On my part, it's on my part.
Rich fell asleep.
Yeah. It's like, wow, whew, man, rough weekend.
Yeah, yeah, I know it. I know how it goes.
But how you doing, buddy? Doing all right?
Yeah, 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 doing well. I took my nap really early, so I'm
Yeah,
good.
I thought I did too. I thought I did too. I swear. But yeah, let's see here. We've got our special guest tonight is Dave from Garage Geek. He's out of he's in California, so there's a few hour difference, but it works in his favor tonight because it's only like 5 o'clock for him right now. But yeah, Dave's he's got a great collection. He collects like I kind of do. It's all over the place with stuff. But my main focus is is comics. But he collects comics and different things. And I've been watching Dave for a little while now, and just always enjoy his videos and his live streams and stuff. So, but without further ado, bring out Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
What's up, comic nerds? Are we ready?
Seem to be ready.
But,
Ooh, I'm big.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm great. As you said, it's only 5 p.m. here, and it's a little bit hot, so I've got the fan on. But yeah, I'm so happy it's the weekend. I've got 1 week left of work. I just got to get through it.
Push through.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I mean, all the schools around here are out, so I mean, it's
we go late.
Yeah, do you? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it. Still trying to wake up. So
Dave, I think we're both we both subscribed to your channel recently. I think you subscribed to ours recently. But comic collecting. How did you get into collecting? How long have you been collecting?
Oh, so I've been collecting since I was a kid. My older brother collected comic books, so he collected Marvel, and he used to buy me some DC, and he would throw them my way, so I wouldn't bother his comics. And then, of course, I would always bother his comics, and I would read them. So I actually got introduced to a lot of the seminal runs in Marvel through my brother. A lot of them were in the reprints, like all the Spider-Man, that the Gwen Stacy stuff, all of that. I read that in reprints. So mostly through my brother. And then, of course, as I was getting a little bit older, I started buying my own comics seriously around the 35-cent mark.
Okay.
And from then on, I was just buying them like crazy.
Yeah. Cool. What do you collect? What are your titles that you like?
So when it comes to comic books, I don't collect too much anymore. What I do is I collect the cover art, and so I don't normally buy runs. I do buy them in graphic novel form. They're expensive, and for me, I'm a kind of all-in kind of person. So if I want to read one title, I got to read them all, and I just can't afford them. And so I do pick and choose the best covers that I feel art-wise, and then I focus a lot more money on getting the graphic novels.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's how I collect.
Well, before we let's I want to say hi to the chat real quick before we get any further. Or
sure.
All right. Let's see. Here you got Derek Neiman.
No, Derek.
Chaco. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Nate. How's it going, Nate?
Sip scotch and listen to some serious nerding.
That drunk.
Yeah. Matt.
Love
Matt. Can't do this evening without JSS. There's our
JSS.
It's our main wrench. Our main guy. Let's see here. Here's another main one.
Another great dude, Rich.
Yep, Richard. Up in Adams.
Adam, the
Adam,
great
Adam,
artist.
Adam. Yep. And see, Comic Mike.
Yo, Mike.
And that is it for right now. We will. All right, now. But
so you mentioned cover buys. Like, what artists? What are some of your favorite artists?
Absolutely, one of the best ones for me is Alex Ross. Although I do have a little bit of Ross fatigue. For example, I didn't like his Iron Man covers. I was pretty surprised on his most recent run. I didn't buy any of those. I didn't like them for some reason. But for example, he was doing Thor at the same time, and I really liked those. They were a little bit more psychedelic. So I do like Jenny Frison. I buy a bunch of hers. Yeah. I'm not thinking of any, but
no, that's all right. It's not a quiz. I'm just asking.
I buy a lot of facsimile issues.
Oh yeah, the great Matt Baker.
Yeah, I'm a collector who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. And my philosophy is, I got these 3 recently.
Oh yeah,
and
cool.
I love these things. Now, although they're $12 to $15, I think they're really worth it, right? Because you're getting this really old comic, and there's no way I could ever afford one of these. Now, my philosophy is that there are so many comics that you can get for $1 or $2, and the same company, the same year, the same price. Other comics are $100. And so to me, it seems like some kind of like cosmic scam where you would pay $300, $400, $500 for one comic, and then the next month's comic is only $1 or $2. It just they're just something doesn't seem right about that. So I'm perfectly happy to buy the $1 or $2 comics that might be a little bit more beat up, and then wait for the other ones to come out in facsimile. That's my kind of philosophy. I know most people in this community don't feel that way. They want pristine comics, and they want them in a slab where they'll even pay even more money. And when I see those comic collectors, I'm very envious, but that's just not me because I can't afford it. So I'm the very low end of the ladder type of collector.
I think it makes sense. Like if you want to read the stories, if you want to read the stories or just appreciate the art, it makes sense to me. I'm always an advocate of like when people say, they really just want to read the stories. Get the omnibus or get the collected editions and trade paperback kind of. It makes sense, or even read online. I mean, that makes sense to me. I think it's smart.
Yeah, but what doesn't make sense is that I'm still trying to get these runs together when I already have them in Epic collections. I'm like, how stupid are you? You already have it. Like, why do you need this single issue? So somewhere along the way, my philosophy breaks down. So nothing ever makes sense.
Reader and collector.
So I'll show you a couple slabs. I was actually thinking of just pulling out slabs. For some reason, I have 2 boxes of slabs. I'm not a slab collector. But
yes, you are, Dave. You got 2 boxes. Yes, you are.
Yeah, well, I have 2 mad slabs here, and this one is a 9.4. And what I love is you can get lower scored slabs for so cheap. Like all the slabs I've bought are under $20, and they must cost at least that much or more to actually put in the slab. And this one always cracks me up because of that wall. The way he had. Now, I understand Matt is.
It looks like Greta Thunberg or whatever.
Look at the baby. But everybody rags on Twilight. But you know what? I love the books. I love the movies. That just shows you I've got such bad taste. But this is hilarious.
Right. Yeah.
And then I really, really love the art on Mad. I try to collect as many as I can, but I don't have a lot. But I also have this one in a 9.6. Again, I got it in a lot, ridiculously cheap. What a cool cover that is. Yeah, 9.6. So I actually have a bunch of slabs that are in like the 8.5, and to me they look mint. And I get them for ridiculously cheap. And I'm so happy that people don't like everybody goes for 9.6s, 9.8s, right?
Mm.
And if your slab happens to come back lower than that, eventually the people want to get rid of it because they wanna move up, right? They're trying to get their higher scores. So I'm like, I'm ready to take your cast off. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get really good deals on. I mean, like specifically on modern books. You know, I mean, you start getting in the golden age. If somebody's got an 8.5, that's like whoa, that's insane. Yeah.
I don't think I have any. In fact, the only one I have, Mr. E sent it to me. I don't think it's a golden age one though. I think it's a silver age. He sent me a silver age Superman, and it was like a 2.5. It might be a golden silver age. I was so happy to get that.
Sure.
So I also have a brand new channel, which is called Jigsaw Geek. And I want to promote it a little bit. So I just hit the 50 sub mark. So I'm very happy about that. And basically I just build jigsaw puzzles. So I thought I'd show one. This is a comic related puzzle. I've had this one for a while, and I think it's missing one piece, which is a shame. But I'm going to build it.
That'd be hard.
Did you buy it at a garage sale or something?
It's okay, but I've watched a couple videos where people they make their own pieces and they replace them, and so there is a way to do it, and it's pretty cool. But eventually, on my channel, you will see me doing this Superman puzzle.
Did you get it at a garage sale or something, Dave?
No, I think I got that one for Christmas a few years ago, and I built it on my dining room table. Now the problem is at that time. I had a lot of cats. I still do. And, you know, I was stupid enough to leave it out. And then, like, that, one of the pieces is just gone. And so I do have a table now where I can put a plastic sheet and protect it in case any cats get around it. Yeah. It's, you know, when you have pets.
Well, especially when you have cats, I would think it would be very hard to do jigsaw puzzles and leave them out.
They don't go well together. And
if I had jigsaw puzzles around actual Chonko, they'd like he would have eaten however much, like a quarter of it by now. Like while we're in here, it would have already devoured about half of it.
Yeah, it's not funny. And when I actually go into the living room, and sometimes I have to go in there and turn on the AC for the animals, right? And so I'll do a puzzle on the dining room table, and of course I always have a cat come and sit right on top of it. And of course, when they get up, the puzzles are all stuck to them, and then they run and they go flying. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, that's the perils of doing puzzles.
Right.
I want to show off these comic books because it's going to lead into what I'm going to show next. And so, Sleepy Reader 666, he sent me this series called Red Rocket 7 by Mike Allred. And one of the reasons I love it is because it's about music. And they're in the shape of an album. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to talk about next.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
It is really, really cool. And each, like, there's the art in this thing is so cool. I was an instant Mike Allred fan from reading this. And
wow, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
The art on this is so cool. Here's the 60s, and it goes through time, decades. They're clones, and there's 7 of them, and they each have distinct personalities, if I remember correctly. And where's this one, of course, is a play on the Beatles cover. But I mean, it's all, you know, cultural references there, and yeah, these things are so cool, and even the back looks like a record. So. Cool. The reason, like I said, the reason I'm showing that is thank you to Sleepy Reader for sending me that. First of all,
that's awesome.
Cool.
Those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Sleepy Reader. He good taste.
Do they only come in that format?
No, there's a collected edition, but I think it's the same size.
Okay.
But it's like you know.
Okay, so those are. I thought there was like square bound, but those are like just oversized magazines or something, or just in the shape of a record. They're square like a record album. Yeah, like a record album. Yeah.
But they're smaller than a record album. Okay, so I'll show you I'm going to show this one next anyway. So here is a record.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So they're smaller. Well,
but they're shaped like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I collect LP records as well. So that's all I listen to at home is LPs.
And so here is a comic. And so you can see it's wider, but about the same height. a little bit less. And
You have to get an
I
album
actually
sleeve
have
in.
to store these in my LP section.
I was gonna say, you have to get an
Wow.
album sleeve or something and stick them in.
Mm-hmm.
Do,
Yeah,
you,
but
do you collect vinyl records?
oh my god,
Yes,
that
yes, he
wall and
does.
behind me, and yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
actually going to talk about my vinyl collecting habit right now.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
So
fine. Yeah, that's.
That
I was hoping you would.
leading in.
That's why I told you to bring whatever you wanted to bring because I knew you collect a lot of different things. That's why I watch your channel, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I am kind of all over the place. So I'm just grabbing a bunch
But I
of
love it.
albums, and the albums that I collect are the same way that I collect my comics. I buy them for the art. Now I have a very, very big record collection, but I just don't have space anymore. So for me, I was thinking, well, most people buy records for the music, right? I'm like, I've always been attracted to the art, and the music is secondary. So what I'll do is I'll find an album that I like, and I'll take it home and listen to it, and it's a way to discover new music. Now, when I was first getting back into vinyl, I saw this one at a meeting, and I grabbed it. I was like, that is gorgeous. I wanted it for the art, and it turned out to be one of my favorites. Iron and Wine and Fleet Foxes and one other guy. And I've seen them all in concert. And this album is phenomenal. I don't know.
Is it recent? Is it a recent release or?
This is from oh my god, I can't see it because I need glasses. The thing is like in tiny print right there. I would say around 2000.
Okay.
You said put it back up to your camera.
2007.
Okay.
And if you want to hear a song from it, Resurrection Fern. I love that song. Anyways, bought that for the cover art. Now, I've kept that going. I buy a lot of albums just because I like the retro art on these things.
Cool.
I got this for about $1, and I just think that is such a gorgeous cover. And this is something nobody really wants, and they just languish in the dollar bins. And I am so happy to scoop it up because look, it's beautiful. It's mint condition.
Yeah.
And the music is kind of fun too. Now another one that I'll show these. I'll show this one before I get to the next one. Here's another example of an old album that nobody really wants, but I grabbed. I just think that's gorgeous.
He just sounds of Wayne King
and his orchestra. Yeah, and most people won't go near orchestra music. Not me. Right. I put this stuff on all the time.
Say, Dave, I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Do you know this? What's the furthest place from here? It's a.
Oh wait, that's a comic book.
It is, but there's an edition of the first issue that comes with 45. And it's meant to be played while it's like, an audio and visual experience. And yeah, the great Blake Schwartzbach from Jawbreaker does a song in this. You're supposed to listen to the record while you read the comic. I figured you might like that tip if you ran into that one.
I actually remember that. Did you actually listen to it as you read it?
It's still sealed because I'm such a nerd.
I'm of the opinion, open that shit up.
I know. I have to. It's just It's like oh no.
Take it out.
I do the same thing.
Open that shit up. Open it up.
Yeah.
Life's too short. This one I just listened to. I brought this one because of the kind of art that's on it. This was and continues to be one of my favorite singer-songwriters from the 70s, and that's Harry Chapin. And of course, he did the famous song "Cats in the Cradle," which was his one-hit wonder. But I listened to his all his albums as a teen, and I just think that's a really beautiful album.
Ooh.
Now here's another one that I saw this in the store, and I was like, who would not pick that up?
Great comment. That's
how I dance.
Yeah, me too. That's you.
All right. Straight leg dancing is Chonko.
Yeah.
like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show is I'm a fan of retro video styles as well. I still have a VCR. I have a Laserdisc player. I just love popping in a videotape. It's so much fun.
I wish I still had mine.
You can pick one up, but don't do it because then you start buying all this other crap. Believe me, you don't want to do it. But look at these. This is a Laserdisc. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. That's Roddy McDowell. And it also, this has Elizabeth Taylor in, I think, one of her first roles or her first role. And this is a good movie. So anyways, isn't that a gorgeous?
It is.
Absolutely.
Here's another one. Like, these things I think are so collectible and cheap. Nobody wants Laserdiscs anymore.
It's hard to find players now.
Well, it's hard. I never see Laserdiscs at all. So
yeah, when I go to Amoeba, they've relegated them to the very bottom in the back. They used to have their own section, and they're getting to the point where nobody wants them, except certain ones like.
Say Dave,
but Dave,
go ahead.
JSS brought up a point. He said to mention Frazetta girls too. Are you a Frazetta fan?
You mean the artist?
Frank Frazetta?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I went to the museum.
Oh, okay. So you're the did you go? There are two. There's one in Pennsylvania, one in Florida.
I went to the Pennsylvania one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in Florida, I guess JSS must watch your channel. But in Florida, there's another museum that's run by his granddaughters, the Frazetta girls, Sarah Frazetta. She's got a YouTube channel and a Instagram page, and she's a smoke show, by the way. She's like unbelievably pretty. But she runs this another one. So there's the Pennsylvania one in Florida. So I guess JSS must watch your channel. Wanted us to mention that for you, but sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
I did a video of showing off the art when I went there on my channel. Yeah, when I had to go to that, and so of course when I go to Florida, I will definitely go to that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is England. A certain company started putting out these, and they're called big sleeve editions. I had to order this from England. They put out about 30 of them, and this is not a Laserdisc. This is a Blu-ray and a DVD, and it's got a J card. And it's
an album format. Huh? Yeah,
and
LP format, huh?
Look
cool.
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
Yes, I was so mad that this format didn't take, because imagine having your movies in this beautiful format.
Stored like LPs, like that would be wonderful.
Awesome.
And this is the J card, and so I'm like, yeah, this didn't take on. And I don't get it.
That's crazy. Yeah,
should have. Yeah,
should have. That'd have been neat.
All right. So the next two I'm going to show. This one got me heavily into collecting vinyl. I think that this art is phenomenal. This album is phenomenal. So this is King Crimson and the Court of the Crimson King. And
experimental rock. King Crimson.
Frog. Yeah. But look at this art. It's so awesome. Oh, and it wraps around. Sorry. I'm going to open that up. And of course, I think from 1968 or 1969, right around when I was born. And this is going to lead me to, I'm kind of like, I put together some segues. Oh, but it's going to stop me because I can't get the damn plastic.
It looks like Matt is a big fan. He's saying that's a great album.
This album is amazing if you've never heard it. Okay. You really should. It's a great album. And I'm going to show this one too. This is their second album, I think. And
I think that's an original, Christopher. He was asking if it was an original or re-release.
Oh, no, it's not. So here is the next one. And I'm going to show that because I'm all over the place. I got everything everywhere.
That's all right.
I'm looking for him. Oh, okay. So that's going to lead me into another format of CDs. So I collect CDs. I think a lot of people do. I love vinyl. But I love the sleeve editions of CDs. And I'm going to show 3 different types. This is an American jazz one. It has another cover around it, but these are some Charles Mingus, and they replicate the vinyl, right?
Vinyl. Okay.
As like a
yeah,
CD.
like the old type vinyl. That's really cool.
Yeah, but it is a CD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it replicates
like a miniature LP. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, of course, I think Japan did this first, and a lot of them come from Japan and they're expensive. So here's my
There's the.
I have like triple dip because I have the regular CD. I've got this one. I'm not going to take it out. But yeah, I have that.
Do you have the cassette?
I actually don't have the cassette. And then here is my in the wake of Poseidon.
So a big King Crimson fan.
I'm actually not. I just love that art so much. I do like King Crimson a lot, but I'm not like a uber fan.
Who's your favorite like a musical artist or genre?
Okay, if you know me, you know my channel. You know I'm gonna say something like Johnny Mathis or Barbra Streisand.
Really?
And I'm unapologetic. I love singers. I love pop vocals. I love orchestra. Of course I like pop because that kind of leads into it. But that's kind of my comfort zone. I was just talking about Seth MacFarlane's new album.
Yeah,
right?
on your album, or your video today. Yeah,
I've heard it's like real throwback style, right? That he's doing.
Yeah, so he does a lot of
Frankie,
American standards.
Frankie
He's actually been nominated for 5 Grammys.
Wow.
He's put out a bunch of albums. One, I think, 2 Christmas albums. And so he just put out a new one. And what he did was he purchased Frank Sinatra's orchestrations, things that he never actually put on the album, or he did and it wasn't published. And so he tries to replicate that. He actually purchased it from the Sinatra family.
Wow, that's cool.
And so I've listened to it a few times, and like I said in my video, he's got a great voice, but it's hard for me to really take it seriously because I'm always imagining those cartoon characters singing.
Yeah.
So
always hearing Family Guy.
Yeah. And so the last one I want to show is there is an American company that puts out these sleeves, and they're called Culture Factory. They don't have a big catalog. A lot of it is more obscure. Like this is Diana Ross, a 60s album. And so it is an album replicated. And for example, this is Toto 4. And these are nice because when you open it up, they actually replicate the inner sleeve.
Oh, yeah. That is cool.
Yeah. And when you pull it out, it actually looks like an album. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I love these. Some people online complain about the sound quality. My stereo system isn't good enough to figure it out, and you know what? I'm collecting them for the art, so I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a bit of an LP snob. Like I love LPs. In fact, I was like one of the few people like when there was like the advent of CDs where I was like, no, LPs are better, guys, and nobody would listen to me, and then eventually it all came back around. Like Nate said in the chat, I'm a hipster. I was a hipster before there were hipsters.
Yeah, that's true. Although I don't mind bopping around from what do you call it? Different types.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I the reason I love albums is because of that art. You don't get anything better, and that's why I think a lot of people like the omnibus oversized editions, because you just get that art in a bigger, a bigger size.
Yeah.
So I'm not even halfway through the stuff I'm about to show you guys. So do you want to take a break and talk a little bit?
Oh,
it's all about you, man. But whatever we're just here to talk to you and learn about you. So yeah.
Okay,
did you bring any of your movies? Because I was going to ask you what type of movies you like and stuff, but that can come later.
I did bring only these things because I wanted to show off the fact that when I get CD movies, here's a Blu-ray and here's a DVD. I put them in these sleeves, and I actually have a big collection of them. I got to go through them. I actually had a dresser specifically made so that I can house these.
What kind of sleeves are they?
I get them off of Amazon. They're just these black sleeves with these two. They have actually 2 holders in case there's a double disc.
Huh.
And you just
So that
slide
way-
the paperwork in here. And
it gets rid of the plastic square mount part.
yeah, and you just fold it and you just slide it in.
I've never seen those before. Huh.
I've done a lot of different kinds, and these are my favorite that I could find in the United States. And then
That's got to save some room in your collection for sure.
Well, yeah, yeah.
because I have too much stuff. And then all I
Same
do for the
here, same
Blu-ray is I trim it.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, make it, because when I put these in here, this part kind of folds over and it bothers me, so I just trim it off.
Dave, when I got rid of my DVDs years back, I had over 350. So
Yeah. So you
I
could
had a
have
collection.
put them in something like this, and it does save a lot of space.
And I had even more CDs, and I got rid of all those too. So
I still, oh my god, I've got.
I purged.
Do you see those little? I can't get it. Oh, do you see all these little boxes right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are all CDs, and they go. There's more. Like I have so many CDs, it's crazy. So many albums. It's just I'm overflowing with junk in this garage. It's not funny. And if I were to turn the camera around, you would see a serious hoarder.
That's awesome. That's what collectors are, man. That's what collectors are. That's what we are.
Yes, I just did a video this week where I was talking about I gotta sell some of my stuff. I gotta sell some of my comics because it's taking over this, out of the one room where I have them, and so I'm like thinking about getting out of like a lot of the superhero stuff and getting more focused on Golden Age horror and crime. So
we'll
see if that happens.
Over the years,
let me make a suggestion to you.
I've done a purge here and there and stuff. No,
so I didn't hear what you're saying.
I feel like I'm on delay. Am I on a delay when I talk?
No,
I'm rude and I cut people off.
Oh no, that's all right. I always feel like I'm on a delay when I do these live streams, man. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna suggest to you, Chonko, because as someone who has sold things, or I usually don't sell them, I just get rid of them. You might regret it if there's a way that you could put them in a box just for 1 year, and at the end of a year, you go back to it and say, you know what, I didn't miss this stuff at all. Then
I think it's a good point. I'm not going to sell anything that where it has like nostalgia value or what's like very personal. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I bought for speculation's sake, and I do sell. I sell comics on eBay like every week. Stuff that I don't really like. Stuff that I just buy. And I'll send it off to CGC, and I'll sell it to support my Golden Age habit, which I'm never getting rid of that stuff. But so it is something where I was planning on selling it eventually, and I might just get out of it earlier than I thought.
Yeah, no, you're right, because if you sell stuff regularly, then that's totally fine. Mm-hmm. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to show some stuff because it reminds me of other YouTubers like Hall Yeah. So Hall Yeah has sent me quite a few packages. So has DVD and Son of Crom. But I'm going to talk about the Spirit. Now, the reason I'm mentioning these things is these are things that I've gotten away from, and this summer I need to go back to. And so if you watch my channel, you might see me talking about these things. So the first is I have this run of the Spirit, Darwin Cook. Wow. And I stopped at around issue 4. I think, or maybe it was issue 6. And I need to get back and read these. I was enjoying it so much. The art is so cool. And that's going to bring me back to actually reading the Spirit magazine. Look at that. Yeah. The Spirit magazine and comics, reprinting the original stuff. And those things really are amazing. They just take forever to read. Plus, each comic has 2 pages of notes that go along with the comic, which I especially love. But if you're going to go into something like that, you have to put aside some time. You really
right. I'm a Cerebus fan, so I understand, devoting time to something that's going to take you many, many, hours to read if you're going to get into it. Yeah.
Oh, and that was Sleepy Reader sent me a whole bunch of Spirit magazines.
Cool.
And I'm very appreciative of that. So the next one I want to talk about is Donald Rex. Donald Rex sent me this. Now, this is the weirdest package I think I've ever gotten. I love it. He sent me all of these coverless Dick Tracy comics.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
And he said he thought somebody was going to put them into like an omnibus, one of the self-made ones, and then they just didn't get around to it, and they just sold them. Like they took all the covers off. So he sent me these, and he was like, read these and then send them to someone else, and then maybe we can chat about it. So I've had these for a while, and I need to read them this summer. So I'm pledging to Donald Rex that I am going to read these this summer. I think these are so cool. But
I have a reading stack next to me that I'm slowly chipping away at.
Yeah,
Dude, I got a
these things
short
are
box.
flaking all over the place.
You can culture that. Maybe grow some Ebola or something.
I don't know. It's crazy. Now, the next thing I think is about Hall Yeah. I think on Hall Yeah's channel, for a quick minute, he was doing a monthly comic club, and we would read the same comic and discuss it at the end of the month. And I think he featured Black Hole, I think. And so I read this, and I was blown. Yeah, it was Hall Yeah. I was blown away. This thing is phenomenal. The art in this. It sent me on a Charles Burns kick. I bought 3 or 4 of his other things. I love the art. The story is crazy. It's so good. So this is one of those, I think, graphic novels that everyone says you have to read before you die, like one of the top 10. It really is. Now,
made a note of that one too.
This is so good. Now, the problem with this is the original comics are slightly bigger, and they have so much more art. The cover art and the back art are kind of important, and it's not in here. And if you look them up, the cover art is so good. But each comic goes for about maybe about $15 to $20 each. And so this summer, I need to start trying to track some of those down, maybe look at some eBay lots. I don't want to spend more than $15 an issue, unless maybe it's in a lot where the first number 1 is in it. But man, the art on those are so gorgeous. And so
it's fun to hunt stuff like that, like especially if it's really uncommon, and you can kind of I'm hunting a Puma Blues and Glamour Puss, two like Aardvark Vanheim comics that nobody cares about at all. Nobody reads these things, but I'm trying to get them, and they're hard to find, but it's kind of cool to try to put that together. Boris the Bear is another one I'm trying to put together.
I'm trying to flip through so that you can see the kind of it's like heavy inking, but you really get into the art as you there are some details in it, so you kind of have to like hunt as you're reading. And the idea behind it is crazy. This is a crazy good comic. And
you should bring that back, Nate. I like that series when you guys was doing that. So.
Especially during the summer, Nate. Bring it back.
Nate. Yeah, bring it back, Nate.
We're talking actually, Nate and I think now that Nate's on vacation, we're talking about maybe doing a weekly or every other week Cerebus reader, where we're gonna go through kind of the most important Cerebus, where we have a shared love of Dave Sims Cerebus, and I don't know. Well, I'll have to talk to Nate again. We might be resurrect that discussion, but yeah, we're talking about trying to go through, and even if it's just like the 2 of us and like 2 other people watching, because nobody cares about Cerebus.
No, I would. Are the collected editions still available?
Yes,
I know they were in like the newspaper print, and it's black and white.
The whole series is in black and white. 30 years, same, only one artist, one writer for the entire series, and with background by a guy named Gerard. But yeah, the phone books, they call them. They're I have all of them up here. They look like.
But if they're available, then I will buy them and start and read them to join you guys.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be kind of like the goal, is to like turn people onto it. But it's like, you could see it's like reading novels. They're like, it's not easy, but yeah, it's fun.
Dave, we had a question. Is Sue Storm drunk in the background?
Yeah, she fell down. So with Funko Pops, for some reason, the women always fall over. And she has fallen off that shelf all the way up there through the floor so many times and not smashed or got scratched. So she does have an invisible shield.
Is it the cat? Is it the cat's knocking her down, or
no? for some reason, like even the bases of the females have like a pin to keep them in, but for some reason the females are top heavy. Oh, my Scarlet Witch is the
I don't know why they'd be top
cannot
heavy, Dave.
keep that one up.
Adam says it's the boobs. The boobs are what's happening.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know why they'd be top heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, something about her. So yeah, that's pretty. I think all of them are Fantastic Four related on that shelf, but I do have about 5 or 6 others that go in that set, but they don't fit.
The older I get, the more top heavy I get too. So
right.
Mine's getting lighter.
Oh, you want to light, man.
Well, I talking about the hair.
That's right.
I'm losing the hair too.
Okay. Oh, I do have a couple more comics. I'm going to show these off. So, I'm trying to get all of this series. So I think the art on these are so cute. I've got about 5 of them, and there's I think there are like 20 of them, and they have multiple covers. They have sometimes like 4 or 5 covers for each one. But I love how they have like the original art style.
Yeah.
Like that. And I'm on the hunt this summer. I'm on the hunt to try to get more of these. But another reason that I pulled these is that I put these in a top loader, and then I put a magnet here.
Magnet, yeah.
And you can stick them on your.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah. It's really cool. So yeah, and the thing is, you can easily pull them out and put something else in for, display purposes. And so, oh, here's another one. Yeah, nice.
It looks like your friend Sleepy Reader showed up. Sleepy, he was just talking about all the great gifts that you've given him. We've given you a couple shout outs already tonight. Welcome.
Yeah, he's really cool, and I love getting together and hang out with Sleepy, and so we just.
I love when you guys do live streams together and stuff.
Yeah, we did one about the Lost Marvels, the first edition recently.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, so I also collect a lot of children's books. And so right now I'm collecting this series. I think this is the 5th one, and this is put out by I think Fantagraphic books.
Oh, really?
And it's the 5th one, and I think there are 9 total. And so I'm trying to buy like one every month, every other month. I wanted to read them. I've only read the first one so far. So this summer I'm hoping to read more of this. It's just fun. It's comic strips.
Yeah.
Right? So that's something else this summer I have on my agenda.
Yeah, I love comic strip stuff. I love Bloom County, and I've got a Calvin and Hobbes up here.
Love Calvin Hobbes. Farside.
Love.
Oh yeah, Farside's great too. It's there are certain kind of collected strips that are just that are so wonderful and great to read. Especially when it's like when you can read it in a book format, like you're where it's kind of like you're able to kind of see the continuity and the story that's built over time. Yeah, really cool stuff.
I love it. Yeah, when I was in San Francisco years and years ago, they at the Museum of Art, they had a Farside exhibit, and they had a lot of his original work, and so it was really cool. But man, that was so long ago, I don't even remember it. I just remember going to it.
Have you ever seen this? I just say no. This
yes,
the Bill Watterson thing. He just he kind of disappears and then
I do want it.
Just like he for the people haven't seen the Bill Watterson thing.
Put that up again. Let me see.
Sure.
And make them big to show it off.
Yeah.
I'm giving you orders.
No, it's good. It's good. We need direction sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking to put it up again. So.
Bill Watterson, the Calvin and Hobbes guy. He famously retired from doing Calvin and Hobbes and just dropped off the face of the earth. Like people tried to meet up with him to do interviews. He completely refuses. The town he lives in is they're jealously protective of him. Like they won't allow you to get a hold of him. But just like a few years ago, he resurfaced and did this kind of like this fable tale of the mysteries. He doesn't do the art on it, but the story says it's guy named John Cash does the art. But since we were talking about Calvin and Hobbes, and I had it right there, I figured I'd show it.
Absolutely, yeah. I've had that on my radar. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are some magazines. I think you were showing off some magazines in one of your streams, and I recently got these magazines. Now
Cool.
I need more magazines. I need them all, and I don't have very many. And so I'm so jealous when I see people showing off magazines. So I'm just hoping out there I'm inspiring some jealousy right now because I don't have very many magazines. All right, so I bought this Savage Sword of Conan.
Nice.
I got these so cheap, by the way.
Yep.
Not that expensive. Now this one isn't Savage Sword of Conan. It's Marvel Comics Super Special #2. But look at that freaking
Yep.
cover. Wow.
Yep. Have that. That's cool. Nice.
A Howard the Duck.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I have about 4 of the Howard the Ducks now. And I only have one Rampaging Hulk, but my brother had these when I was young. And so I'm so happy to get these. So
Oh yeah.
Wow, nice.
Is that the Submariner with an axe?
It's Spock. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's like-
it's a Mariner.
I was like, what happened there?
Yeah, he's got
The Hulk's got a planner.
he's
he's,
so down. So down.
he's about to plant that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then this is my favorite. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's
That's
cool.
the eyeball guy. That's Dope's dude.
Now, in Hall Ya's recent stream, I don't know why I just jumped in. I don't join many live streams, but I jumped in, and who was it? I forget his name. But he was showing off a Rampaging Hulk, and in the scene, the Hulk got raped in the shower.
That
And
was
they
Dope.
were all laughing
Oh, Dope
about
Comics.
it and
Yeah, that
showing
was
it off
Dope.
panel by panel. Yeah, Dope.
Yeah, Dope showed
And
that
I
one.
was like,
That
what did I step into?
Yeah, Dope is one of the funniest human beings. Like he's one of my favorites. Good
Yeah, but I
guy,
don't
great
have
guy.
that issue and I want it now. And he said he had 2 copies, so I need that rape scene. All right. I got a Doc Savage, another Doc Savage, and finally a Star-Lord. Now, like I said, for
Cool.
me to get them, I won these in auction, and for me, I always bid low. And if I win them, it's because nobody else bid against me. So when so I got these for a really good deal. It all just
Awesome.
depends, luck, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into other magazines that I collect.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
I collect, or try to collect this American Art Review. I try to get it as often as I can because they often will talk about different art exhibits around the country. And this one is, I think, Tamayo. Yeah, and I actually, when I was in Mexico, I saw an exhibit of Tamayo artwork, and I think there's an article about. Now, all of it's not going to be that appealing. Like, it's just like you're going to see some crazy art in this magazine.
Mm.
But when they do focus on, specific artists, and
Right.
I do like looking through this.
Cool.
nice.
I'm trying to get more, like we all are. I'm trying to get more of the Warren magazines, and so I need to get all of the Rook. So I'm going to be working on this.
That's
I
cool.
only have like 2 issues of Vampirella, and I've actually never read one. And so this is like one of the first Vampirella that I have. But I did order the 2 collected editions. They're coming out with a soft cover, so it's much cheaper. So I think I'm going to be starting with issue 1 and reading the Vampirella series and seeing what the hype is all about.
I collect Vampirella, just different offshoots, like more modern covers and stuff. Like in the back here, I've got it's a photo cover of a cosplayer named Dare Taylor, hashtag John collects hot chicks, and in doing an actual, that's a photo of her in the vampire. So I collect those kind of Vampirella covers and stuff, but mostly cover buys.
Yep, I totally understand that. A lot of the comic covers, like cosplay and all that, they go for the perverts out there. So more power to you.
Hey, wait a second.
So there you got an eerie cover. That is oh my gosh, you should see some of the channels. Like there's this one auction site that I go to. I forget what it's called. Maybe What the Comic. I'm not sure, but it's the one in Texas. And you go through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, but when you hit the 2000s, it's all porn.
Yeah.
Every cover. And it's just all these like women like that, scantily clad, and then they have like 5 different covers of the same thing, but just with fewer and fewer clothes.
Less and less clothes, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and then when it gets to the 2010s, it's even worse. There's a huge market for that, Chonko.
Jesus, I feel attacked. Hey, who invited this guy on?
I know, right? So here's an eerie that I got recently, and a creepy. And this is an example of, I believe Sleepy Reader sent me this one.
That's cool too.
This one, yeah, the Spirit magazine. I'm trying to get them all. And here's another issue of Mad that I recently got. This one is all like chipped, but it's the 100th issue.
Nice.
And then
Mad, it's like it's like the only remnant of EC that's like surviving. I mean, there's like the modern EC, like they resurrected, but Mad Magazine is like the only thing that really survived the whole EC thing. I believe that's true. I think it's the only one that survived all these years.
Yeah, now it's under DC Comics. I actually it's still a lot of fun. So here's another magazine that I've been trying to get. They're about $15 to $20 each, and they really do focus on older.
Oh wow, art. That's cool! I love that.
Isn't that a quarterly magazine, Dave?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that a quarterly magazine?
Something like that. And they actually have 2 of them now. There's Illustrators and Illustration. And the illustration one is more expensive. But man, this is like a treasure trove when you're going through it.
Right.
Like it's just so cool to look through these things. And yeah. So that's gonna segue into my next recent passion, which is vintage paperbacks.
Okay.
So I recently have been showing off this book, Robert McGinnis, and I've been showcasing the art on my channel.
I love that video.
Yeah, so he did a lot of pulp paperbacks, especially for like murder mysteries in the 50s, and so he did a lot of Perry Mason covers, and so I'm going to showcase some of his artwork because I've been buying lots of these Perry Mason covers, and I'm trying to get as many as I can. I actually started reading the first one. This is the first one. It's called Perry Mason Solves the Case of the Velvet Claws, and that is a Robert McGinnis cover.
Oh.
You can see this thing is pretty beat up.
It's well loved.
I'm really enjoying it. It's like coming apart. I don't care because once I put them in plastic like this, they look really good, even if they're a little bit banged up. And so,
Dave, just to, as you're showing, like the protective plastic and thing, one of the things that I saw on your channel, we have a shared love of Mylar.
Yeah.
You're a Mylar everything guy when you can, right?
I do. In fact, Donald Rex makes fun of me. He's like, "You're gonna put that in Mylar?" I just think if you're gonna collect something and it's in your collection, why don't you want it to look the best? If you bought a comic book, right, and if it's in your collection, unless it's like really, really beat to hell, if it's in your collection, you should put it in Mylar. And if you don't, then why don't you just get rid of it? If you're someone who is Mylaring things. Right.
If you're displaying it. I mean, that's the thing. If you're going to I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I rotate my comics through my displays around my room. And so I want them looking the best that they can. And so
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, man. I'm a Mylar guy.
All right. So I'm going to show off a couple of different types of vintage paperbacks. So I've been collecting these silver spine ones. And mostly, so far I have Agatha Christie and these Perry Mason books. I have the double of that one, but you can see like that one is all beat up. And what's interesting about these is they come in a variety. Do you see how they have like a black bar, two black
Yeah.
bars at the top?
Yeah, yeah.
The next series, which is still silver spined, they don't have black bars.
Huh.
And these are 35 cent ones, and these are 45 cent ones. And they also then made a gold series, and those are 50 cent ones, but they went with original art, like photographs. And I got these
Amorous Ant.
I know the amorous.
That's great.
Yeah, the dubious bridegroom, the lonely heiress. There's a whole. I mean, there's like 70 books in this series, and I mean, I still like them, but I don't like them as much as the ones with the art. So of course I will keep these because they're interesting, but I much prefer having the ones with the painted art.
Got it.
And I have just one of one of the earlier ones. So this is one of the kind of original paperbacks. Like
Drowsy Mosquito.
The Drowsy Mosquito.
That's awesome title.
And you got to realize that Perry Mason was a huge cultural phenomenon.
Oh yeah,
Influenced so much. They made movies and TV shows and 70 odd books. But like you could see, I got this in the fall. So this wasn't a lot, but it's the only one that I have from like the early 50s. This one was put out in 1950, and this is before the Robert McGinnis art. And these things actually go for more money. And the only reason I got this one because it was so beat up. But you know, the inside of that, it's
nice.
I just wanted to show that one off. Pretty cool. And just a couple. Those were silver and gold spines. These are from different companies. So this one is from Dell, and these are Agatha Christie. I think they're gorgeous.
Got it.
Wow.
I recently showed off these Toff books. I have more of these, but we were laughing because the name of Toff, like what? Hair for the Toff. But look at the art on these.
Those are cool.
They're really, really, I just think they're gorgeous. And that's a word I use too much. Gorgeous. And then I also picked these up recently. They're Brett Holiday. Now, this is a type that I wouldn't normally buy because it's pictures, but I still think they're pretty cool. 6 Seconds to Kill. And if you read the back of this, it's hilarious. Can't wait to read one of these. But look at that.
What? Goodness.
Fun covers. It's there. They even use the word how Mike is a swinger. He swings into action, and you know what that means. So that's my latest.
Hey, Chonko, you'll like this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking around. I might have gone through everything except I wanted to talk about the state of trading cards, because what's happening with the trading cards is just ridiculous.
It's weird.
I don't know what's going on. Every box costs $300 to $500 to buy trading cards. It's just they've priced people out.
It's demand. It's adults getting into kids' hobbies. That's what's happening.
But
yeah, exactly.
You can't buy boxes of trading cards. You can't even buy packs of them. They're like $15 to $20 a pack, right? It's crazy. But anyways, if you troll eBay, you can still find some deals on older sets. And I found these oversized I still buy a lot of trading cards. And so I found these. They were movie posters, and on the back they tell you about the movie.
Really cool.
Oh, they're neat. Those are really cool.
Yeah, they're really nice, neat. Tobor the Great. Yeah, I mean, you could just go through, and then you read about them. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, anyways, that was, I think, unless I'm missing anything, I think
that's
that was
really cool stuff. I mean, a lot of real fascinating stuff. Adam's asking, did you see the Robert McGinnis variants for Gun Honey?
Yes, and I haven't bought any of those. I really do want to. I'll probably wait for the collected edition because there's so many covers per issue, and they're all pretty nice. And that's another thing about modern comics, when they have so many covers that you want to buy for the same issue. I get upset about that because I just can't afford it, and there's so many. So if there's a comic with only like one variant and then one with 3 or 4, and I want them all, I'll go to the one with the one because I just feel like it's gouging the market. I mean, but there are people who will buy them for sure. But
yeah, I don't buy all of them. I usually focus on certain artists, like artists when they do, if they do like a variant of things, I follow the artist rather than try to get like all the variants.
yeah, I totally understand that. But when they, when they do, even sometimes the same artist will have 2 or 3 variants on the same issue.
Now
And
that I do fall into, like with Mark Spears, I will buy multiple if they're cool enough. I'll because that's all cover buys to me.
yeah, I hear you. I actually have not purchased anything by him yet, except I did get the free comic book day. His art is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. But I went into a shop, I think about 6 or 7 months ago, and there was a variant on the wall, and it was a Mark Spears variant. I was like, and I think it was a Frankenstein one or something. I said, "Oh my God, what's that?" And he pulled it down, and it was $500. And I was like,
The rare ones are doing that. Yeah.
and I think that turned me off from buying the Mark Spears stuff, because there's stuff out there that if I wanted to collect Mark Spears, I can't. I've just been priced out from the beginning.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one would probably be it's probably something that's been out for a little while, and they just established the certain demand, and they are building in like a scarcity on these. So, like, if there's only like 100 or 200 of them made, that's what's happening with those.
That's what's happening. But I, as a comic collector, I don't think that's fair to me. But I get it. I'm not important to people putting out comics. They want to put that out. They know it'll sell. They'll get a lot more money for it, but I'm just not willing to pay that. And so I kind of, when I saw him doing that, I kind of got turned off of buying his comic because he priced me out from the beginning. I know not everybody thinks that way.
There are readily available ones that you can get for, cover price that, like the normal variants where there's, many thousands. But yeah, some of the special ones are much more expensive. I'm a big fan. I like the guy too. I like his story. He's a guy who struggled for many years, was completely shoved aside by Marvel and DC, and just eventually got a break. And and he's a comic collector. He's really into comics. I'm a big fan, and he shows up on the Beyond Wednesday show a lot, and I like him, and I don't begrudge him. I would be the same thing as like if you're an artist selling an oil painting and somebody saying, how dare you charge $50,000 for that? It's like there's one of those. One exists. That's it. So the scarcity is what the market is, and it just is. It's not like you can't buy Monsters comics for cover price. You can. It's just when they're really scarce and there's a huge demand. That's just supply and demand.
So his name came up. I don't mean to target him. It's happening throughout the industry. And people, I think when you have something like that, you can put it out as a print, make it bigger, sign it. But like a comic, a brand new comic, and it's going for $500. It's to me, it's mind boggling. And it's it's just like I was talking about the trading cards. It's like they price people out of the hobby. Right, like if I'm going to collect someone like that, and you want to collect everything, but
just in fairness on that, just to make a point, like in the trading cards, like say a baseball card where it has an actual piece of somebody's jersey that's cut up in it, that doesn't exist anywhere else. You're not saying that should be the same price as a regular card?
No, that has something like if they're going to like put the baseball player spit on the card, that's going to be worth. More. It's
scarcity. I guess that's what I'm saying. If there's one of one, or only 10, or only 100, that's the scarcity is why it becomes that thing.
But it's manufactured scarcity. It's not.
It is true.
Where you would, you'd buy a comic, and then over time it kind of got lost, and you're trying to get the number one again. But this is manufactured scarcity, and
it is manufactured. I agree with you, Dave.
Yeah, I for me, like, I have to like go low because I can never go high. I mean, I got bills and I buy other stuff. So instead of buying something for $500 that's brand new, I'll buy something from the golden age for $1. And I think I got a great deal. And so, yeah.
And I understand the point. It's just, I guess the counterpoint to it is if that same thing is available for $6 or $7, that the exact same thing that you can read, but there's this other one that they do admittedly have this manufacturer scarcity. It's not that you're being left out because the thing is available. It's just they're creating this other market, that of you're right, manufacturer scarcity. So it's like it's not like you can't get it. It's that one is very special and low production. I guess that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's just I'm not gonna buy it. I don't know. It kind of just turns me off when I see that, and even I get turned off when one comic has like 50 variant covers. Like,
sure.
I mean, there's a demand for it. So like Sleepy was saying,
and then most of them just go in the dollar bin later or something. It's like it does something to the market in the state. Like, who's going to buy 50 different covers because you're a completionist of one, and each one is $5 to begin with? It's like it's an insane policy, and it's one of the reasons why the hobby as it is tends to go down after a while. There's like this bubble, and everybody buys all these things, and then the comic community bubble burst before, and we're seeing this glut of all these different covers, and
I agree with that.
And I got a new batch coming out, Adam. So
bathwater. But did you see? By the way, they're like making soap with Sydney Sweeney's actual bathwater. This is like a real thing. That I'm not making that up. This is
they've done stuff like that before with other people. Yeah,
it's like all right. Now,
I don't even know who that is.
She's like a younger actress. She's probably like 26, 27. She's like the next big thing. But I mean,
how big now? I don't want her bathwater.
No way. It's like taking sipping to like the weirdest possible place.
So much for a small soap. Well, why are you gonna drink the soap? Now I'm confused. Son of Crown, why are you gonna drink the soap? It's $8. And
no, he's replying to what Adam said about my bathwater. He's just joking up to that.
Yeah.
So that's Garage Geek. I could have shown so many other things because I have cassettes. I have 8-track tapes. I have Funko Pops. I've got so many other books. I've got VHS tapes of all of the Universal Monsters. I've got pulp magazines. I got too much stuff.
Crom wants you to sell your bathwater, Dave. He's on.
Dude, you're gonna pay me $8 for it,
right? Then you can buy the Mark Spears for the $800 Mark Spears after that.
Yeah. No, Dave, that's what I wanted you to do is come on here and show because I knew you got a vast different collection and stuff, and that's really cool, man. I appreciate that. That's
no, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I'm kind of the kiss of death on many channels.
Oh no.
Your numbers are probably going down and down.
No. I think people really like what you had to show, man. It's cool stuff.
And we have a lot of people watching on the rewind too, so because kind of overlap Mad Spidey and a few other shows and stuff at this time frame. So some Saturdays. So
Sleepy is writing something weird.
Oh, it's. I think that was an actual thing that I know. That Paltrow did was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a couple of years back, whatever it was. It was like, what the heck?
Hey Chonko, did you get? No, I didn't. Stop it! I didn't get the.
Like, I know why you get Chonko for Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you know what? Since Up and Adam is commenting here, I know he's been on a while. I was so impressed with what he showed. I think it was on your channel, like all of his art, and he does. Yeah. I think all three of you do things that I don't do. And you buy those blank covers, and then you go to cons and you get people to sketch them and sign them. and that's just something I'm too lazy to do, and it's quite expensive. But man, is it worth it? You guys have already quite a nice collection of art. That really is, now to me, that's one of a kind art. I think that's definitely worth the price that you're paying,
Sure.
because someone is doing it and making it for you on the spot. And anyways, I went, because of that, I went to Up and Adam's channel, and I'm really loving his content. And actually, I knew about him before because he made that Dazzler thing for Hall Yeah, and that thing cracked me up. But wow, is it good?
Did you see Rich's, the one Rich has behind him that Adam made?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, this one here.
It's fantastic. Adam's done a few. Do you want to show him, Rich?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm proud of it, man. Adam does an awesome job.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Comic's a big nasty. It's a barbarian with a ball cap. My face on it.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
He's super talented and really generous. I mean, he makes these for people, and
yeah.
You know what? Up in Adam, to be honest with you, you should be doing that professionally.
That corner box. That's
People
awesome.
would order things from you.
Oh, he says he's got another one coming out Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
For whom?
You have to wait and find out.
We never know. No one ever knows. It's like just suddenly it shows like the great one. Watch when Rich opens his. Rich is laughing so hard. It's great to watch like how thrilled Rich was to open that. Like it's like Kid on Christmas. Is how that episode is.
I've got to find it. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of art, and it's personal. It's so cool.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we normally will kind of open it up to some friends. There's a few people that show up. If you'd like to hang out and talk to a couple, Adam usually comes on and he'll chat. If you want to hang out for a little while and chat with.
Thanks.
Sure. What do you think, Rich?
When you get to 5 and then someone else wants to get on, then I'll be happy to go there.
Understood.
I can't. It's stupid.
You're in demand.
I'm trying to. I think I already shared it. Yeah, I already shared the link in the chat. So anybody wants to come on, bring it on. But I got this help.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? I'm trying to. I can't. I'm trying to make a comment, and there's a help button right over top of the enter button.
Oh.
And I can't. It won't let me.
Oh, there it is. It just showed up.
Okay. It's still over top of it, but yeah, it's pain in the butt. But yeah, anybody out there, man, come on out. It's we got 3 spots. Yeah, because I don't. Yeah, come on out, SideQuest. I'll make you big.
But this is kind of a good part of the show where people get to kind of hang out and we'll be able to chat with you. And there's Adam, the legend, right now.
Yeah.
Hello, Up and Adam, Mr.
Hey, how's it going?
So Tuesday, you're springing another one on us, huh?
Yeah, it should be hitting the mail. It's already in the mail. It should get somewhere by Tuesday.
Cool.
Get to the recipient.
Does the person know, or is it another surprise?
No, they don't know. Yeah,
okay.
I like to surprise people. That's kind of fun.
It is more fun when you see that. Yeah.
And I have a network of people that will give me addresses of people.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They
are talented.
Yeah, like the Riches I thought was just absolutely so spectacular. They're all great, but that one I thought was spectacular. And then we just saw Christina's yesterday. She showed it.
Check.
Yo, Eric.
I am so out of sorts here. I'm playing around with my mic today because I think it's dying. I've noticed the last couple videos it sounds very like I'm talking like this.
You got your Aquaman snorkel on.
Yeah, so I dug out my backup mic just in case this one dies on me. Like that's what it seems like, or I may have to just go get a fancy
That,
one that
like
like
just in case of what dies on me. Like that's what it seems
Turn
like.
your thing down, Stevie. There you go.
Oh, I didn't know I was on.
I was like, I heard myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
turn your
not lounging
speakers.
on the
Your
bed.
speakers have to go down.
Your speakers have to be turned down.
I'm watching you on a TV. I'll turn the TV down. Am I
Okay.
good now? Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good
Better.
now, Steve.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
better.
Hello,
I need my
everybody.
booster too.
Hey,
What's up,
Stevie.
Stevie? Stevie, one of these days I'm going to record that unboxing of that massive brick you sent me.
Well, I know there's a few things in there that you're really going to like. Can you make me big for a second?
Yeah, I can
Rich?
try.
I'm already big. Can you make me small? That would be the miracle. Now, your guest, David. Hi, David.
Hi.
He's a real cool guy, and I've had the art bug like crazy. And I have been drawing him while he's been
Wow,
talking.
that's really good.
I
Yes.
love it. I love it. I'm glad I didn't finish walking away.
Ouch! Ouch!
All right, but I have been working. That was like a half-hour drawing there. I'll work on it later. But I've been working on one all day long, and I like comedic, cartoony art. And I drew this thing, and if you look at this shoulder, it's the robot from Lost in Space.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at the other shoulder,
You got Bender.
I got Bender smoking a cigar. And then I drew the robot. Robot hands are way easier to draw than human hands. And he's saying, I'm trying to get a position just there.
There you go.
He's saying, I look like both my grandpas. So I got him. He's got the robots doohickeys on his shoulders, and Bender's thing, and Bender's mouth, but in a kitty expression.
Yeah.
Good for you, Stevie. That's awesome. Keep
But
sketching.
that took so many hours. The artist people know, Adam would know, and Eric would know, and Rich. Anybody that draws. Chaco, do you draw also?
Not in years. Did when I was young, but I haven't drawn really much in years.
I think what's caused the bug is the last couple of years I've been looking at art constantly on YouTube and all the comic books and reading more. Well, I'm looking at the pictures more than reading these days. And I said, well, I'll give it a try. And then it hit me like one article I saw was on developing dementia and Alzheimer's. They say in your elderly years, I'm 65 if that's elderly, if you start new things you've never done in life, it helps build more synaptic connections in your brain.
Yeah.
You know, another thing I've heard, Stevie, that's a good point. And I've heard that like another thing you can do as you age is if you start doing everyday tasks with your opposite hand. So like as you're preparing your coffee, you prepare it with the other hand, or as you're, you even remote control of things, or, doorknobs, you just start using your other hand and developing a certain amount of ambidextrous movement. It helps the exact same thing you're talking about, synaptic, connection and things.
My father was ambidextrous, and he could cut one of his businesses. He had an aluminum fabrication business. He could draw 2 lines on a sheet of aluminum, and with hand shears, he could cut straight down both the lines. And I'm just amazed at people that are like that.
I know one thing I've read, which is kind of interesting about growing older. If you remember when you were a kid, you can remember your childhood memories a lot and experiences that you have and things that you did, because it was usually the first time that you did them. And those things, like while your formative child years, like let's say it's like from age 4 to 11 or something like that, it takes up a lot of real estate in your brain because you had so many different first experiences. So they always say to like try to, because when you start getting into an adult and things become a routine, you keep doing the same things over and over and over, time seems to slip by faster. So they say like exposing yourself to new things all the time is a way to kind of keep yourself young. So whether that's trying new hobbies, kind of like what you're saying, or just reading different things, like trying to explore your options and do different things like that. It's kind of a way. But that's way too serious of a topic for this group.
But it's fascinating, the human brain and how it recovers information and stores information, and it's just a miracle.
I think we lost Chanko.
Yeah, he had to go press the restart. Pour more gasoline.
He's like, I'm not hanging out with these old guys.
Now Steve's not going to be able to hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me, Stevie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, it's the thing. If I hit that cord, like when I'm moving something around with the camera, it like shuts off, and the only way to do it is to come back on. So, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa.
Mine did that earlier, man. That was weird.
I figured you had to put more gas in the generator or something,
right.
Press the button.
Chanko was getting tired on the running on the treadmill. That's keeping the thing.
He had to
running.
feed the little mice.
Had to give Chanko a couple dog biscuits. He's okay now.
He's good now. Yeah.
Keep it up, dog. Keep running.
Does any of you guys have any questions for Dave? Did you guys think anything?
Yeah, Dave. Are you still teaching, or do you have a couple of days left?
I got 2 days left with the kids, and it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be like clawing my way through the 2 days. But after that, I've got 3 days of training, and that's relatively easy. It's just annoying. And then, then I'm finally free. I know, like Hall, he wrote me about a week and a half ago. He's like, it's my last day. And I was like, and I won't repeat what I called him. But I was like, I was still suffering through with the kids. I'm just so ready for it to be done.
When all the kids are gone and you watch them go on the bus, and do the teachers get in their car and drive to a bar and have a big teacher happy hour?
A lot of them do. I've done it quite a few times. I've gone to quite a few parties at the end of the year.
Stevie was a music teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny because in my worst class, one of the kids, he asked me, he's like, Mister, are you gonna miss us? And I looked at him and I was like, hell no. And he was shocked that I was being honest. I was like, you guys have put me through hell this year. I'm gonna be so glad when this is over. And he was just like, he was really surprised that I was telling him honestly. But then I said, but as an individual, you're a good kid. You're all good kids. It's just when you're in a mob. You probably don't want me as a teacher, not at this stage in my life.
What do you teach?
English, 7th grade.
Okay.
6th and 7th grade. I did 8th grade for years and years, but at my new school, they put me in 7th grade, and then I got some 6th grade. Man, 6th graders, I'm not used to them. It's like corralling squirrels because they're always like, it's like, oh my God, give me some coffee.
What books do you teach?
We have this is going to be sad, but we have a textbook, and as we go year after year, like the textbooks get easier and easier. Like the textbook that we have, it's a really good textbook, but the average length of a story is 2 to 3 pages. And I remember my textbook from the previous one, the average story would be 5 to 7. They're just they're making it smaller and smaller, and even the kids, like, they really struggle through that. Most of them can't. We have to play the audio for them. And then all they do is we have them highlight things and write in the margin about it. And I'm not saying all the kids, but it's a trend, and it's pretty shocking what's going on.
That it's like the Instagram reels of 7th grade English, right?
And so you could just imagine, like, a lot of teaching time is devoted to behavior management.
Oh yeah. It was like that. What's interesting when you're a high school teacher, you get the freshman kid in and he plays the trumpet and you got him for 4 years. You never get rid of him until he graduates. Where if you teach the grades, 8th grade goes to 9th grade. Ha, see you later. I like teaching 6th grade and 8th grade. It's the 7th graders I couldn't stand. Oh,
yeah, I have 7th grade. Hey, I just drove 2 people away. That 2 at once. That's pretty awesome.
No, it was me. It was me.
No, I'm sure that sometimes at this point in the stream, people have to take a bio break or sometimes they're collecting books they want to show, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wanted to bring something up. Maybe we could talk about, and it's something that's been kind of the hot button topic over the past couple of days. The community awards, and I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this. Kind of the or how many people even really know about these things, but something I've been talking about. But I was wanting to get opinions on it. How do you guys feel about the community awards, the comic book YouTube community awards?
You mean the one done by Brian?
Yes, yeah, Brian LCS.
Well, I have my opinions. I don't know if I want to go.
Sure, no. I think opinions are welcome, and it's like, even if it's not something that you like or something, I still wanted to talk about it, and I kind of either way, whether people are into it or not, there are a couple that I wanted to promote, friends channels that I wanted to promote.
No, I think they're an amazing idea. I think that Brian is doing so much work now. Last year, one YouTuber in particular, there was a lot of drama going on and a lot of mudslinging, and it brought to light all of these issues where, they're making money off of it, or they're doing that, or they're doing that. Like, to me, I don't care. It's like people are being introduced to other people's channels, and is it fun to vote? Even if somebody wins, does that necessarily mean they're the greatest channel out there? No. Just like if something wins an Academy Award, it might not be the best movie that year, but I've been exposed to 10 movies that I should probably watch.
Sure.
Right. And I think the awards for me is like exposure to all these different channels and, promoting.
And remember, it's supposed to be about fun.
That's right.
And I don't like when it gets like all political and all of that. And like, I really felt Brian, who is doing a good thing, really got dragged through the mud last year. And I just felt so sorry for him, because like, if it were me, I would have quit. And I would have said, you ungrateful bastards. You know what? Then I'm putting all my time and effort and even my own money into this. And you're going to just drag me through the mud and bring up all these things. Oh, you're making money. I don't know. It was really sad to me. But I think the whole idea of it is really, really good, even though I've never won.
Yeah.
I have an opinion.
Sure.
Oh, go for it, Stevie.
Okay, award shows are fine, but the best thing I've got out of this whole comic book experience is meeting people. Yeah. And I feel like I'm a winner already. I won. I made friends. I mean, for 10 years after retirement, I just sat around, the wife and I, and the grandkids would pop in and out, and and it was stagnant. But since I started doing this, I'm interested and involved in things and motivated and feeling artistic. And what's weird about the art thing, it's making me want to play my trumpet more too. So it's igniting an old fire that used to burn like a rocket, and a new fire. It's just fascinating to be able to feel in the creation of an artistic endeavor, no matter the quality, first grade, kindergarten with a crayon, all the way up to Michelangelo and everywhere in between. Art has a place for people. And being lucky enough to work in a visual and performing arts high school for 21 years, I would go down in halls and just be amazed at the level of technique and ability 15, 16-year-old kids would have. And I'm thinking, man, I could never do that,
You're doing it now, Steve. You're
That's
doing
right.
it now.
Yeah,
And-
but the flip side is that a lot of people complain that it's just a popularity contest, right? Because the people who get the most votes are people who promote and who have the most.
Well, isn't any award show that?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I was just countering what Steve was saying, and I often play devil's advocate. I always tell you that I like the award, but I mean,
Yeah.
I understand when people make these charges that, hey, that person's won every single year and there's like no competition, and because they have a huge following, and so people are automatically going to vote for them. Are they actually going out and watching all the other runners up before they vote? Like, that's the kind of thing
No.
that we're talking about, right? And that's the way it should be. If you're going to vote, you should, like, I don't
Yeah.
vote in the categories that I don't know the people. Like, I just don't think that's right to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's an opportunity for me to give recognition to people who helped me, like the other channels that helped me out, or like in the case of Alan and Steven, where I wouldn't be doing this if I weren't watching Alan's stream. Like that's what inspired me to do it. So like when I find out like Alan and Steven are really interested in winning that one specific category, I'm going to push it, and it's because I owe a debt. I owe a debt to them. I owe a debt to Matt. I owe a debt to Biggie. Matt and Biggie had me on when I had 20 subscribers, and they pushed me. Biggie pushes everyone, and so for me, it's like this is a way that to by me pushing them that I can hopefully pay back some of what they gave me, because I mean, my channel grew really quickly because of them and what they did for me. So if I can help them in this way to gain recognition and to get a pat on the back and a little glowing trophy and stuff, perfect. And at the same time, if someone feels I deserve something, I'm totally happy about that too. But I what I'm promoting, at least when I've been trying to promote other channels on my channel, for a while now, and trying to show, hey, you should watch this, or you should check this out. But now it with the award thing specifically, to me it's about paying back the people that helped me out. That's really what I've been pushing, or what I'm trying to push right now.
Yeah, I think it's important in life in general to try to build other people up instead of tear them down, because if you build someone up, it creates a really positive self-image, of yourself. And when you feel like that, you do better, have more confidence interacting with other people.
And another one, JSS in the chat right now. JSS helps out tons and tons of channels. And that they have an award to help out. To acknowledge other people that are helping out, or the community builders, or people have been doing this for a long time. I mean, like the Hall of Fame category. Like I've been pushing Biggie for a Hall of Fame. I mean, if people have been doing this for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and it's like there should be some recognition for that. I mean, it's like they came before, they kind of showed people how this all works, and I don't know. I think it's overall a net positive. I would hate to see like the drama get involved and that kind of silliness, but I think it's overall a net positive for people to be recognized, especially when they're putting in a lot of hard work doing this, and you're not getting money for this. It's the recognition seems like it's a good thing.
Yeah, so Sleepy responded to that, and actually Sleepy's been on 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one of those originals, and so when we talk about the the old guard, he needs to win an award. But I get what you're saying. It's just already I stay away from this. I kind of just go on and vote. Well, 13 years. That's still a lot.
That's 13 is a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like right now I'm starting to see all kinds of drama around it. It's like people are feeding off of this now because they know that the drama last year grew their channels. And so there are bottom feeders out there who are just starting to ramp up the drama because they know it's going to get views. And the people who watch those, sorry, they're going to be those kind of people who just feed on all that chum in the water. And of course, those are the kind of channels I need to stay away from myself. But unfortunately, I think what's going on now is that people can recognize it's gone from being something positive into something that can cause a lot of drama. And
by drama, you mean like people are criticizing other channels or trying to
Oh yeah, do you remember
down?
what happened with Sticky Goose last year? And then that went right into the awards, and then other channels built on that whole thing, and then it started a criticism of the whole process, where someone was going in there and micro managing every single thing that Brian did, and he demanded records, and he was like publicizing it day by day, and then it became this verbal shouting match where they were even calling each other names. And then other channels were seeing that this was like building, like a lot of people were jumping on this because they were getting more and more views. And then I've already started to see that start this year. Like I've been avoiding those channels. I don't know exactly.
Me too, Dave. I've seen it too.
And
I didn't know about that. I mean, I heard something about the
it's like any good thing. There's people out there that are just waiting to jump on it to ruin it for everybody else. And I guess the awards are a very good thing, and that's why I always tell people just remember just to have fun with it, not to get too wrapped up in it, not to get but you're always going to have these trolls that come in and want to freaking just pounce on every little thing and see people having fun with something and go, I don't want them to have fun with that, because that's their life is, so they decide they're going to start crapping on everything. And like you said, I felt so bad for Brian last year, man. And that's why, I think this year he's loosened the control reins a little bit and has backed off. But
speaking of trolls, I think we need to address a troll. No. But
over a bridge.
No, I got word, and I don't watch this clown's channel, but I got word that a certain Sticky Goose was criticizing a good friend of ours, and I don't want to give the guy publicity, but I think it's really shitty for.
That's why I don't say his name.
Oh, sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said his name, but it's I just think it's really shitty for someone to pick on a growing channel when you have this huge mouthpiece, pick on the channel, pick on somebody big and above you.
He lost out. So he did. He picked on Comic Tom, and Comic Tom put him in his place.
Yeah, that's beside the point. But it's like, why do you have to be a dick? I don't understand.
It grows your channel.
Yeah, gets views.
Grows your channel. That's
grew phenomenally.
Yeah,
and he got traction and steam, and that was why. And one of his trolls will probably get word that we've said his name several times, and now he'll want to watch.
Come see me. Come see me.
Well, that's
I said it.
I don't want to. I don't even want to give him any traction whatsoever.
Sure.
Here, I'm going to turn it around.
He made. I mean, he said something about me in that video, but it wasn't nothing derogatory or anything. It was kind of in a weird way, a compliment, But
I didn't. I just heard he was talking. I heard he was talking bad. I didn't watch it. I don't watch his videos.
He was
right. Nah, I was. Yeah, he was knocking on a lot of other people, but he got to me. He was just like, thought my name was funny and thought it was, must be embarrassing to ask for credentials or something like that because of my name, because of Big Nasty Comics. And I was like,
fuck him.
I was like, I think it's funny because I love making people say Big Nasty Comics. That's why it's named Big Nasty Comics. I think it's funny.
Didn't you say you got that nickname in junior high?
It's a name that we made up. Yeah, we used to call each other Fathead all the time. I was going to call it Fathead Comics, but it's just the name that we come up with.
But anyways, if we go back to the original idea, we absolutely should vote for the people that we
Yeah.
want to promote. And I know
That's
Chunko
how
is
they're going to win.
You're nominated, right, Chunko?
I haven't
I'm
even
eligible.
looked to see.
Like
It's-
other
there's no
like people have mentioned like certain things, but the only thing that, and I'm not saying I deserve to win, but the only thing that I felt like that I would be deserving of being nominated would be for new channel. Like what people have said other things like unboxings but no, there are people who have been doing this for a long time, and I do like the weird unboxing and I cry on camera, or not literally, but and that it's kind of a trope, but that there are people who've been. The only thing that I thought, like if somebody nominated me, that would be the only one that where I thought, yeah, that one makes sense, because I'm beneath 500 and I'm under a year, and and if that's the only one that I thought, like if somebody nominated me, it's the only one that I thought that where I deserve a nomination. The other stuff I don't think I deserve to be nominated in any of those other categories.
There's best beard.
Best beard. Hey.
Best beard. But I'm mad. I didn't say he'd win. He could be nominated. But I'm mad because the person last year won it for hands, and I'm like, best beard or hands?
Best hands.
I'm like, make that a separate category.
It's like fetishes.
I want a beard.
Yeah, it's the fetish category.
Exactly.
My only thing with the best like new channel stuff, they do it by sub count, and to me it should
past that, dude.
within a year. You know what I mean? Anybody within a year type thing. But,
yeah. I guess it used to be, like last year, I think it was 1,000 they went to, or something. And then they I don't know why, I don't understand why you would limit it, like suddenly cut that in half. That doesn't really make sense to me.
I think they wanted to do a little bit of changing up, just because too many new people weren't getting, like, we're getting overlooked type of thing. So I think he thought it was a way to get those newer channels, smaller channels, some recognition, instead of swimming with the bigger fishes that have been doing it for a little bit longer. So
see, I choked myself out on that one, because where I did that promotional thing
a little bit.
I did that promotional experiment, and it put me at 1,000. I've only been doing this since February, so now I can't even be nominated for anything unless I'm with the bigger fishes. So
all those kind of variety categories and stuff.
Up and Adam, how many subs do you have?
I'm less than 100. I don't know.
See, he's
that's
the
a crying
that
shame,
needs to
man.
be nominated for a new channel, right? He's only been doing it like I don't know, like a couple months, I think.
Yeah, just a few months, but yeah.
Like his is the channel that is perfect for that category.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. I've only been doing it since February, and just because I did that promotional experiment and it bumped me up to 1,000 subs, now I can't be. Yeah, I'm cut out.
Rich blew his wad.
Yeah,
you can start a new channel and call it Fathead Comics.
Yeah, so
no, Rich paid so that he wouldn't get an award.
Right? Yeah, I didn't want to be even
But he
in
would
there,
not be in
man. I
any
didn't want to be involved in that stuff at all.
Well, at least you won't have to go up against your friend Chunko. That's
true.
I
don't think that I would got nominated for anything anyhow, but that's fine. It's that's not why I do this. It's
yeah, you would have.
My recognition is doing these live streams and hanging out with everybody that tunes in and everything else. That's my recognition.
One of the cool things I like about the awards, and me, Nate, and the guys have talked about this before, is that it's a good way to get introduced to channels that you just don't know about.
Right.
I remember last year seeing all these channels that I'd never heard of, and I'd go check them out and go sub them up and watch a couple of their videos, and
that's exactly why I like them too.
Yeah. So I love that, because it's, everybody has a different take on kind of the same hobby. So it's like, oh, let's go see what they're doing type of thing. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of times it inspires you, or it gives you an idea for, I don't know, how to film. I mean, I think that's how I came up with the idea of going table down. I saw somebody else doing it, and I'm like, that's really cool. I want to do that.
Yeah, I think that's what the awards should be about. It's recognizing new channels, and then like you said, Junko, paying back people and nominating them. Like I absolutely would nominate Big Nasty. I mean, you've got this show right here. One of the categories is best live stream, and
there's too many.
you have like you always have like people waiting to get in here. And people like Stevie D who are lounging on their bed, they get kicked out because they got new people coming.
What?
Last week he was like lounging on his bed like this.
I tried to stay up for Bajorn's Midnight Monster Show, and I did the first time it was on, and I was wiped out for 3 days afterwards because of the time zone difference. I don't know how you do it, Adam, on the East Coast.
Shout Eric.
No, and I think that's where I saw Adam showing off all those little monster books. I was like, I'm gonna go there and stab him and steal everything. He had so many cool things. Isn't that? I think you were one of the first guests. I've only watched the show once, and weren't you on the Crowns Monster Show up in Adam?
Yeah, Chunko and I were both on last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it was both of you, and I was like, and then I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be on your show, and look at all this crazy stuff you're showing, and I got dollar book. That's what
all those. I was watching that. I'm halfway through all those beautiful Frazzetti books.
Oh
man, the great introduction to that artist.
Oh yeah, Frazetta's awesome. Yeah,
you guys got to
He's
go
got a
get
beautiful
this
granddaughter.
Yeah, that's a nice book.
Yeah, there we go. All right, Adam. I love that cover better than the one I got.
Well, this is the paperback.
The softback, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like the hardback though too.
I don't know if you heard the I think when I showed this last week or so was after yours, and I heard from our store owner that they allocated those things big time. So
I think mine did too. Actually,
we had ordered 3 or 4 and only got 1, but I think they only made 1,000 of them. So
yeah, very limited numbers.
So I was telling people, like, if you want them, you better go hunt them down now because they're not going to last long in the store. No. And they're doing like a sci-fi one and a fantasy one as well.
Fantasy one's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I think they're on pre-order now. So I'm not sure when they're coming out, but
I might have to go and just pre-order them just to make sure you get it, because you don't know if the store is going to get it because of that.
Right.
It's a Frazetta book. JSS Brooklyn is asking what book that is.
This is a gallery series, so it's Frazetta, and they're doing this one. This one's Terror, so this is like the horror one. But yeah, it's all amazing. They're all big. I showed this one last night on Bjorn's show, but yeah, they're all big.
Yeah, you could cut these out and frame them. They're that size.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, but they're
cut open a book.
And then there's a little bit of like an interview at the end. That's a great one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What'd you have, Adam?
Just they did a big write up about him and have some different things about Frazetta in the back. So
this was cool. I like this one.
Oh, sweet!
The sketch and the final.
Oh, I love that.
Nice bosoms. It's a running joke now, guys.
Yeah.
Hashtag Stevie loves hot chicks.
Yeah, hashtag Stevie likes hot chicks.
But it looks like sometimes they're doing a Warriors one that's on the flap.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Barbarian,
Conan there.
A lot of Conan probably. Yeah. Death Dealer and.
You need to get that whole series. That'll look amazing on your shelf. Wow.
I've been wanting to get more of these kind of coffee table art books that they have for a lot of the comic artists. So I've been picking them up here and there when I see them. Actually, like half price books or, these used bookstores are a great place to find these at, because a lot of times people buy these and they barely look at them, and then they sell them later down the line, so you can get them for half price. Like I have one that I brought tonight that I got for what did I pay? Like $20. It's like almost $50 hardcover coffee table book.
Did you want to show your stuff, Eric? I don't know.
Sure.
Start
Yeah, we can start showing some books. Yeah, let's start showing some books.
I got some too.
Okay, Chunko and Big Nasty, I'm going to bail. My husband is texting me. He's like,
Okay.
we need to eat dinner. And because it's 3 hours earlier
Well,
here.
Dave, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for
buddy.
doing this,
Thank
Dave.
you.
Bye,
Yeah,
Dave.
thank you
Bye,
so much.
Dave.
Really great stuff.
Good to see you, man.
I know you have an early morning in the morning.
Oh, no.
You're going to be on Hall Yaz.
Coffee.
I haven't even gathered the comics yet. I need to do that. So, anyways, thanks
Thanks
everybody.
again.
Bye,
Bye-bye,
Dave.
man.
Cheers.
All right. Make me big.
He wouldn't let me when he closed out. I was like, what in the world? There we go.
All right. Since I started mentioning coffee table books, the book I got at Half Price Books yesterday is this beaut. So this is a hardcover, by Kirby, King of Comics, $20. And this is like a hardcover. It's got the dust jacket on it. But I cracked this open, and I swear to you, when I opened it, it went crack. So, like, I don't know if this was even ever open.
Ever open? Wow.
I mean, you flip through, and it
Like
smells
my
like that.
textbooks in high school.
Yeah, it smells like the textbooks. But, I mean,
End of the year.
At the end of the year when you turn to bid.
Yeah.
it goes over his career. I know a lot of people don't like Kirby, but you got to give him his credit for how long he was doing it and how much that he basically gave us that comic
So
industry.
much, man. So much. It was awesome.
And the way he drew Captain America, was great.
Yeah. This has got, oh man, look at this splash page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this
Galactus.
And I mean, this book
Galactus.
covers like his early career. Here's an older picture of him.
His blockiness fit Galactus perfectly to me because of how square Galactus was, anyhow. So,
But yeah, this basically goes over like him growing up, and it talks about his start in the industry, and then some of his like what's cool is they show a lot of his covers too in this.
it's cool, man.
And once
Very
you
nice.
get through a lot of that, it goes into a lot of his early artwork that he did.
Wow.
I mean, this is just so I like books like this. I want to start getting more of this stuff. But there's like, a lot of this kind of stuff too.
Whoa. Awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you just like art, you're a lover of comic book art, this is a great book to have in the collection. And like I said, $20 at a Half Price Books. Perfect.
Yeah, he was
place
a
to
war
find it.
hero. Like a
Yeah.
Steppo on Big Nat,
actual-
on a Biggie Shack
Balance.
stream yesterday was
Or no,
talking about
yeah.
like some like just like crazy war stories, like heroics that
Yeah.
Kirby was involved in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a documentary, and he was talking about, he was being interviewed by a young person, and he brung up World War II, and he said, well, the first time they were marching, he just got there in the war area, and he's marching down the road, and there's a bunch of dead Germans laying on the side, and his sergeant said, "I'm better than you," and he had that feeling a veteran has. My father was a veteran, my son, my grandpa, all those people. Go ahead, Eric.
All right. I'm going to start with modern stuff. So pick this up. I just read it today. I'm probably done. It was a little too silly for me. I love both. I love Red Sonja. I love Army of Darkness. Wasn't crazy about them together though. So, but yeah, this is a cool Spears cover.
Yep.
And then I love this artist too, so I had to get his too.
Is that Bjorn Burns?
Yeah. Cool. I love his kind of dirty palette that he uses.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy too. I've talked to him a bit.
We got a spot open if anybody wants to jump on the live stream. I put the feed in the chat. So
the newest Monsters, which I love this werewolf cover.
Yeah, he's so good.
That's a ASM homage, I think.
Yes, yeah. And then here's some oldie pickups. Never read this. I wasn't collecting when this Batman Who Laughs was out, so find it in a discount bin. I'm going to get it.
Right.
And then, of course, I found the alternative Aquaman version in this universe. So
nice.
A lot of good
I wanted to
covers
feature
in
these.
that
I think
run.
these are cool. So I've been starting to track these down. These are those. Let's see if I can get it to. I don't know if it'll do it with the. There we go.
Shadow
Ventricular.
Thief.
So they kind of, as you
CC. Okay.
Oh
know,
yeah, I can see that.
see it
Yeah,
a little bit moving.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They did a lot of them for the 52. Here's a.
Lenticular.
So I've been picking these out. It's not really showing off very good on the computer.
You
I
can see
said,
that one a little better.
Oh
Yeah,
it's
you can see
Fista's
that one
on.
pretty good. That was a cool one there.
And then this one, of course, I got to get some Aquaman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Black Manta.
So yeah, I've been getting those. What else we got? I found this one. I can't believe I found this in a dollar bin. It's an old Wally Wood.
Oh, yeah, I have that.
Cool.
It's awesome. I have that. Yeah, that's a great book.
Yeah. When I saw this, there's a couple. I wish I would have grabbed more than one when I
know,
found
right?
this.
That looks
Man.
like Eddie Munster down there with the Misfits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow,
It
that's
does
cool.
look like Eddie Munster.
That is really cool. Wally,
That's
was
cool. And
amazing.
the art, yeah, the artwork in that's fantastic. All right, and then so more half price books. I found a big chunk of these.
Oh yeah,
This
Yeah,
is the
Marvel
second
Zombies.
volume. There it goes.
yeah. Those are cool.
Zombas. Marvel Zombas.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
original
Yeah,
Human
that's
Torch.
Yeah, this one's a cool one. Stevie will like this one.
Oh
The
yeah,
Iron
homage
Man
to
zombie.
There's Iron
39.
Zombie.
Iron
Yeah.
Zombie.
I need to get that actually.
This one's a nice one for
Oh yeah, the
I love the Shield one. Yeah,
Steranko
Ranko.
yeah.
homage. That's
Yeah.
badass.
This one was probably one of my favorites.
Oh,
that was
that's
the one
great.
that that was the one. I did a video about how I was trying to get Arthur Sudam to sign it, and he was such a
Oh
dick.
wow,
Really?
He was
Wow.
such a dick.
Oh, you mentioned that
that's
story.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
But I just got another one that's signed by the writer. So
That's a different
that one.
series here. But yeah, Days of Future Past cover. And,
Yeah, that's a good one.
and then this one.
Yeah.
I like how he's got crows sitting on him.
yeah,
So yeah, these
Wow.
finished a volume for me. I was missing a couple of these. So, and then this one, if it wasn't for Cheddar Comics, I wouldn't have known this existed. But this is the creator of Samurai Jack. That
Yep.
did
Oh
this.
wow,
yep.
So
that's
It's
cool.
a fun
Luke
series.
Cage. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that existed either. Huh.
and then I didn't realize there was a second volume of Empire of the Dead,
Hmm.
I didn't either.
written by George Romero. I mean, I still have to finish the first, Act 1, they're calling it, but then I discovered that one. And then who doesn't need a gorilla toting six pistol?
Yeah.
guns?
There we go. There we go.
And then these ones I've always put off when I see them, but when you can get it for $1, I'm gonna get it. These Epic Comics of St. George.
Nice.
Is that a painted cover?
That's a painted cover. It's really
Wow.
cool, ain't it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
They had number 2 also, so of course I grabbed that one.
Cool.
And then lastly, I could not believe I found this. This is from 1991. Now I remember seeing these and being a fan of Excalibur and Captain Britain. I had to jump on these. I have almost a full run except for 2 issues, all in there. I paid $1 for each one. So it's Knights of the Pendragon. This was a UK Marvel UK release featuring
remember
Captain
that.
Britain. Some of these had posters in them. This Alan Davis artwork is just fantastic.
Did you know they did a second volume?
I had never seen that second volume.
Yeah, second volume. I have some of them, but the first volume's the better one.
I had some of those as a teenager. I had some of that series.
So yeah, I couldn't believe I found these all like almost a full run at half price books. I grabbed the whole chunk and just said, okay. I mean, when I saw all the prices on these for $1, it's
Yeah.
hard to say no when there's that discounted. Here's a cool one. Simon Beasley.
Yes.
Cool.
Love it. Go Bisley.
Some of the covers are starting to change up a little bit here. I like that outfit. It's kind of shades of Union Jack there.
It is, yeah.
Wow, that's a good one. Almost like a horror cover.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Really cool. I like that a lot.
I keep turning my head because my TV's in that direction.
There
I
you go,
can't see
Stevie.
on the phone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Iron Man was in one. Yeah.
There's a painted one.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah,
Great.
like I said, seeing them all like that, I was just like, man, I will never see these this complete again. So yeah, this was after me and my wife went to turn in our old phones, for that rebate. And I was like, oh, there's a half price books right over there. She's like, I knew you were going to say that. She always finds stuff though too, because she always gets the used books. Like they had some early Stephen King edition books that she got. So
nice.
But yeah,
Sweet.
only missing 2 issues from that whole run.
I like Iron Man's big plume that he had on his helmet there. That was cool. I got something to show here.
All right.
If related to what Eric said, this is a huge old big spicy sausage there.
Okay.
This is like the whole kielbasa. So if you know anything about like really old comic productions, they used to make these like newsprint stats that they would hang up to use as like proofs for all the stuff running. So I have the entire issue of Fantastic Four #9.
Wow.
Wow, is that
And
cool?
And it's signed twice by Jack Kirby.
Whoa.
Crap.
Up there
You are a connoisseur.
and up at the top.
Man.
Where
So
did you get it?
It's got the ads and everything.
Where'd you
find
get
that,
it,
Adam?
Adam?
I got this from an art dealer at a con.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Rich, I
Yeah,
know what
so-
we're doing in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this was one of those things
Cannot
like,
wait.
and they were having trouble figuring out the pricing of it because they hadn't priced it, and they were just
man.
like, I don't know.
The art dealers, man, it's like I might stay away from them because like I had like a budget set for C2E2 and I ran across that
You
guy.
blew it.
As soon as like he starts showing me the Bruce Timm cells, and at first I'm like, nah, I don't really want a Clayface. Nah, I don't really want Batmobile. And he's like, oh, have you seen this? And I'm like, ah, shit. Now I'm buying this thing that I didn't even intend to buy.
Yeah, but he was just like, "What do you think? Like, let's make an offer and talk." And so we kind of agreed to something. But I was always
feel
wanted to have
so
something
weird
Jack
doing
Kirby
that.
signed, and that was like,
You have
it's
to.
it's a
Part of the whole
issue.
deal.
Yeah,
Man.
and, so I have a friend of mine. Well, I help price at a couple of places at my LCS, and then there's also like a used bookstore that's kind of like a thrift kind of thing. And so stuff's coming in all the time. And I mentioned this last time that I started going through a collection, and then I realized who it was. It was a friend of mine who had turned in, donated all of his books. And so I was going through there and found some cool things. And this was a series I think a lot of you would enjoy. Headlopper. Have y'all heard of Headlopper?
No, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
looks familiar,
looks
but
cool,
I
though.
don't know if I know it.
Rich, you would love it.
Yeah.
You know, so this is Andrew McLean. He's one of the Felix comic art guys, like Daniel Warren Johnson and some of those. That was the first issue, but here's number 2. That one's still in Mylar. So I'll just show you some of the art. So it's kind of like Mike Mignola, Jim Mafood, kind of that kind of style of art.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of, hard lines, kind of stylized. Yeah.
Very stylized, but very cool. And all of these issues are like 48-page issues. And he's done 16 issues. So they're all like 4-part miniseries. But one of the it's kind of a big, huge barbarian, and he has this this witch that like casts spells and stuff. Well, he ends up chopping her head off, and he just has her head hanging on his like side. And so her name is Agatha, and she kind of talks all the time to him. So it's like comedic relief and things like that. So, but I've had most of the series. Like I got some of it done in trade, before, but that was the number 2 issue.
Okay.
And these just help. Here's a good picture. There's the witch head. He's
like
tied to the mast of his boat. So that's number 3. Number 4. I already had number 3, and here's the next series starts off, which is the Crimson Tower.
What is that put out by? Is that
this was done by Image?
Okay.
Yeah,
it looked like an Image type of title.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is kind of another cool one. So these were just ones that I had to fill that I didn't have them all. So also in there, this was kind of cool because this is also a little shiny lenticular kind of thing.
Ooh.
But it's a Marvel Legacy, but it's signed by Jason Aaron.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a signed book. I picked it up. Chonko and Eric, I don't know if y'all ever read this series.
No.
This was one of my favorite horror series that came out a few years ago, called The Plot, and it's from Vault.
Vault.
It came out in 2019. So,
Wow.
but it's just a 5-issue series. Really, really amazing, like kind of horror stuff. The art's kind of a little more basic, but still, it's just cool. It's a really good story. I really love that. And then also picked up little Daredevil first, Blackheart.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
And then my friend had this because I was there with him when he got it, the Star Wars Legacy #1. But I was there when he got it signed by Adam Hughes.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and Star Wars Legacy, if you read any Star Wars, like this was an amazing series. Yeah, it was like one of the best ones that they put out. And then I picked, these were 2 that I didn't have. It's Tales from Vader's Castle, but this is all Francesco Francavilla did all the covers for these, but they were just kind of fun. And I had 3 through 5 that I had gotten at like a Second and Charles, but that's a number 1 and number 2. He had a lot of Star Wars stuff. So, but then I picked up New Mutants 14. So
that's a good one. Need that one.
Yeah. That's when I think when Ilyana joins the team.
Yeah.
I think it is.
First, like magic.
First magic, like true magic. And then got this Star Wars Rogue One. This is the first
cool.
Cassian Andor. So after the Andor series has been doing so well, I was like, I mean, these were $1. So all this stuff was $1. So I was like, got to do it. And then this is an interesting one. So this is Star Wars Tales. It does have some like first appearance, like all Star Wars books tend to have. But one thing that's interesting about this is has a story in it that's the first interiors for David Nakayama.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he does a ton of covers. They always put DNA. But this is his first, so this will be a cool one to get signed. Like his very first printed work. And then the last thing I got, so I have two pugs for pets. One of them is his official name is Dr. Indiana Jones. It's like we named the dog Indiana, kind of thing. But the other one's named is Sherlock Holmes. So I had to get the Marvel preview.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Look at that cover.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
The Hound of Hell.
I
So
love those old
this is-
magazines.
Yeah, these are just cool. They look. I mean, there's some chunko action right there.
Wow.
There it is.
Look at that. Yeah, just great. So I'm going to look forward to getting through this. So
Look at that dog.
I pick up like Indiana Jones comics and Sherlock Holmes stuff for them too.
Cool.
Just for fun. But that's it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, I got a few things to show. I'll show real quick. Blast through them. My new books this week. I actually got quite a few, but they're new to me. Some have been out a couple weeks or whatever. But I got the new Transformers just because of Dan and Ward Johnson.
Cool.
And then The World to Come. I think this is going to be something.
Yeah, that you should pick that up if you haven't, because it's going to be.
I put it back.
Oh man,
I looked through it. I said, I don't care. I put it back.
There's some spec, man. If you're specking on stuff, but yeah.
And then this is second printing, but
still cool.
Man, I got one coming to you, Rich.
Oh, you did, didn't you? I'm sorry, man. Shoot, that's right. I forgot about you telling me that. Damn. And then Wolverine 7.
Yeah. Kunka. That's a Kunka cover.
Cover.
Love to be able to send one of those to him and see if he'd sign it. But
I bet he would.
And then
Bug Wars. Did you read this one yet, Rich?
No, I haven't got to this. I just got it yesterday. Yeah.
I just read it. I like that series. I know some people don't. I really like it.
I don't know why people don't like it. It's a fun
like
story.
it. Yeah, I like it. That's why I'm getting it. And then
Is there more bug sex in it?
There's more bug boobies.
Yeah, there's some. It's minimal.
And then Cool Day in Hell. Number
This
one, I had number one. I had number 2, so now I got number 1. I'm glad I got number 1. So
I got them in the wrong order too. I got 2 first, and one, so I had to wait. But I've read both of them, and everybody who's pumping that series is right. It is so great.
So
Yeah,
good.
I'm sad it's only be one more issue.
They I don't know why you would like. It's like you finally have a winner. Like Marvel has so many like
I mean, it don't have to be
clunkers.
an ongoing series, but it should be longer than 3 issues.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know why
beautifully done. And really, really well written, and such a throwback type of a story. It's like what I grew up on. Those kind of comics where it's like pure superhero story. It's so good.
Then I was catching up on my my epitaph, however you say that. But that was number 8, and this is 10.
Look at that one.
His covers are great.
Yeah, the covers are awesome. And number 11.
Nice. Oh, that's a throwback
cool
cover.
trade dressing on that.
I've got a different book that is a little. I'm gonna show here in a second. It's a little play on the. It's not a play on this cover, but it's a play on this whole situation. Like she's being burned at the stake.
You have a Witch's Tales that's like that.
And then some
Or Black Cat.
issues and runs and stuff like that to get. Batman 475. I needed that one.
Oh, I love that cover. Yeah,
To fill in the runs. It's
is that the first with them in it?
Yeah, the first appearance of this guy here. Plus, it's a Brayfogle, man. I like Brayfogle Batman, so that's one of the reasons I collect that area of run of Batman.
Yeah, Derek said that Bermejo's been killing it on those EC reboot covers. I'd agree.
Yeah, and then
Cap Wolf.
Capwolf,
There we
yeah.
go.
I've been
Yeah,
looking
that's
at
a
that
good-
one
that's
for
a
a while.
good
This is 4. I'm gonna have to find 1 through 3, but this is 4 through 6. And then what's that one? 4 or 5, and then 408.
Rich, reach out to Hagen, see if he has extras, because I know Cap's his thing, and he may have
He may
extras.
have them.
Yeah.
And then 407. But yeah, I think I seen he showed them at one time, and I've been like, man, I want to get that series.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get that series. And then got Zen #2 and
Oh,
Galactic
wow.
Ninja. Just some cool covers.
Yeah.
And then #3. These are all the 50-cent bins, by the way. These next several books.
Love it.
Here.
Are they card stock books? They look like it.
Yeah, they're the Zen ones are they're real thick material. Yeah, like cardstock. Yeah. And then this thing is it's a Grant Morrison and Steve Yoel, but it's a Zenith. I was opening it up and looking through it. It looked kind of interesting. So I
Oh,
picked
that's
it up,
by
Grant Morrison.
that printing company did some interesting stuff.
Yeah, Fleetway.
Yeah, they did some. I
Quality.
think Judge Dredd and stuff for a while, and
Good quality. And then this one's called the Writer's Block, but I got it because it has a Roy Thomas story in it. It's like a bunch of different short stories by different writers and then different artists and stuff.
That's cool.
Barron, Shooter, and Thomas. That'd be a heck of a book to get signed by all 3 of those guys.
Yes, it would.
that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Are they all at Heroes?
I think Shooter and Thomas are, but not Barron.
Maybe get those 2 and then work on the other one later.
That's
Yeah.
what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then this one here, man, it's just like a bunch of splash pages. And it's got a couple more books in its run, but it's called Snowman, and this really cool art inside. And each page is just a single drawing of a character in different situations, But I don't. I've never
Different.
heard of it. Yeah, it's different. So. Then I got this one because it's a Bernie Wrightson cover. So dark.
All right, that's badass.
I got that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's my Bernie collection. And then, when you're digging like that, you can't not pick up Stupid Heroes. And it's an acronym for something because there's a dot in between each letter, so I got to read it and figure out what it stands for. But yeah, it's a Peter Louds.
Oh, okay.
He wrote and drew everything in it. So, yeah, that's the first thing that really caught me. I was like, oh, Peter Laird. I was like, what? But, yeah, I love that Stupid Heroes. And then when I seen this cover, it grabbed my attention, but I misread it like I always do because I'm like freaking dyslexic or something when I look at stuff. I thought it said Stink Man, but it says Stick Man. It's
But it's an outhouse, so it would make sense to be Stink Man.
Yeah,
If it was Stink Man, would it be in Snifferama?
Yeah,
but it's a
scratch and
character.
Rub and smell.
rub and smell. Yeah.
But the character is literally a stick man wearing clothes.
Oh
See
my
his
God.
head? Can you see his head?
Hilarious.
So he's kind of like
Right.
Earthworm Jim in a way.
Yeah, it
Earthworm
is.
Jim is a worm in that big suit.
So that makes it even funnier to me because how would a man made of sticks be taking a dump?
It's like matches and splinters coming out.
yeah,
Well, if he's using the toilet paper, that's like a relative.
yeah.
Yes. It's like sandpaper for toilet paper.
It's like, oh, Aunt Martha, sorry.
And then I found a trencher, which I always like trencher, but this goes in the holiday box.
Those
the
covers
holiday.
were just
Yeah,
that
I like
art was
trencher.
just so crazy.
I got
love it.
2 trenchers in my collection.
Yeah, I've got several different ones, and I'm like, when I seen that, I was like, I didn't have that. The holiday blowout. And then here is the one that I was talking about earlier, how it kind of pays homage, but it's the Trailer Park of Terror.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
They're burning her at the stake, but she's smoking a cigarette.
Oh my god, I need
Take
this.
5, boys.
I gotta write this down because I
Oh,
need
that's
this.
great.
Smoke them if you got
Number
'em,
6, Eric. Number 6. I love how it says 399 cents.
Trailer Park of Terror. I
it's-
deliver to a trailer park, so there's oh my god.
It's blood sucking Bat Boy, the insidious Dr. Dead, and that werewolf guy. That's what's on there.
Werewolf guy.
Werewolf guy.
Werewolf
We,
guy.
we
That's
couldn't
what's
think
in
of a
bubbles.
name, so we're just like
Oh
that
my
werewolf.
god.
They're mailing it in at that point. They're like,
and it's-
yeah, the
I
werewolf
kinda
guy.
glanced
The werewolf
through
guy.
it. It's a bunch of short stories and stuff.
I
So
love it. I need that so bad.
and then that was it.
It's like I don't know if you guys ever seen that show Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love that show. My
That's
wife
great.
can't stand it. She's like, turn that stuff off. I can't watch this when she's
We
around.
love it, man.
That character Bubbles, he can sing really good too. You know,
Yeah, several years ago, back during COVID and stuff, man, I watched the shit out of that show.
Yeah, they have everything on. I think it's Netflix, even the movies. 'cause
Yeah.
they did a couple movies.
they had an animated feature too.
Oh god, yes, that's right.
Yeah, they've had movies. Yeah, they've got several different movies too.
Oh my gosh,
I wanted to show y'all this. I don't know if y'all are getting buried long ago.
I can't find it. My store hasn't been getting it.
I seen it, Adam, but I passed it up, man.
It is so good. It is
We
so
just-
Pretty
good.
good things.
So Justin, the letter is the guy that we interviewed a little
Yeah.
while back. We're trying to get the writer now.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the first issue started off where these kids are like reading a fairy tale and they're moving into a new farm and to meet their new father that their mom has married that they haven't met yet.
Oh, I got this. I read it. That's right. It is good. I forgot I got this. Yeah.
Well, the second issue just kind of it goes along a little further with some stuff, and I was wondering where it was going to go, and it just kind of throws you for a loop. But really good horror stuff.
I gotta find this.
Yeah,
I got
it
issue
out.
1. I don't have 2.
Check it out.
yeah.
I don't
2
understand
just
why
came
my
out this
store
week.
doesn't get. They just don't get a lot of Mad Cave for some reason.
I mean, they're, but most of the Mad Cave is one of those like they're putting out a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like a lot of shops, like you're saying, aren't investing heavily in them, but
No,
but they're putting out some great stuff.
Stevie,
You got
you have
Stevie?
anything?
Oh yeah, I got a few things. I want to start with this blast from the past. This is Wonder Man 15. But what I like about this comic book is Wonder Man is going crazy. You see how he's got that crazy look on his face? Well, he starts fighting with all of the good superheroes, and he's Colossus, and he's just punching them all out, and then he punches the Thing out, and the Thing is like, what's going on, and he's saying, Blue-Eyed Benji ain't gonna put up with that kind of stuff from anybody, and he gets up. See, he's mad, and he's getting up, and he's good, and then I'm okay now, and the Thing is going, huh? Look at that expression on the Thing.
Yeah, that's great.
I did like this artist on this series. I thought he was a pretty good artist, but he didn't really like blow up. I think it was that time period. His style just didn't mesh with some people, I guess.
Jeff Johnson. It says Jeff Johnson. Okay, and on my last dig, I found a chunky guy. I don't know anything about DC characters.
Balloon Boy or whatever it's called, Bubble Boy or Ball Boy or
Bouncing Boy.
Bouncing Boy. That's what
Bouncing
that is.
A bouncing boy and comic queen.
The writing at the top almost made it look like it says anal mission.
Oh no.
Bible mission. No, please don't do that. All right.
That's a different
And,
section of the store.
Yeah, it's behind the curtain.
And on Bajor's Monster Midnight Madness or whatever he called it, I attended the first live stream and I put Cesar down and I won the giveaway.
Oh,
Hey.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
A 9-8. Wow.
I won last night.
Yeah.
I did. I was on the stream and I won.
It's the Damsel in Distress. And now I have
Nice,
three.
man. That's awesome.
Now I have 3 slabs, and I haven't bought any of them. They were all gifts from people.
That's how it starts, Stevie.
Well, I'm not going to. I like to read them. Mom gave me this one from Tales of Suspense.
Yeah, that's such a great one.
That's a cool one, yeah.
And Lettuce gave me this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
There's some
Cool.
Kirby.
And that's, I just love the way he draws Cap, you know?
Yeah.
But, and let's see. When on my dig, I found the Huntress. I'm collecting this. I think there's a mini series of 4 or so, and then there's the main series, 19 or 20. But I like the Huntress. You know, I'm not a DC person, but a few characters that I like. I like Batman, Huntress, and Batman's got the best villains, I think. I finished David and colored him in.
Wow.
Oh, it's too bad he left.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I never knew I could draw people until I tried drawing Matt from Matt Likes Comics.
I like that
that's
one that you
awesome,
did of
buddy.
Matt.
Yeah, I like that. You sent me that one the other day. I love that one.
The room just looks like his room for sure.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like his
It
room.
does, man.
Yeah.
Big
It
stack.
You made his.
All the
Boxes.
numbers on the boxes have no order to them. They're just random numbers.
Right.
It makes sense to him.
And I put like 57 A, B, C, and then I put 57 Stevie D, you know.
You should have put the table
That's
of
really
contents on there, Stevie. The table of contents, like the science table of contents, it'd make it even more crazy.
Yeah. And you mentioned Wally Woods. I showed this book before, but I love the space helmet. The whole
Oh,
book
wow.
is full
Yeah.
of space helmets.
He
And
does
there's
great space covers.
Yeah.
And here's a picture of Kirby when he was before he went into the war.
Oh, yeah. Look at him with all that hair. And
He looks about 18, doesn't he?
Yeah, probably was.
Yeah. Young.
And some of the book is color, and some of it here, perfect page to show. Some of it's color, and some of it's black
that's
and white.
interesting.
Huh.
You know, so
Hmm.
Sky Masters of the Space Force, featured art by Jack Kirby and Wally Wood. And
Foreshadowing there, Space Force.
the Substitute Legion of Substitute comic book collectors, that's Son of Crime and Casino and Renegade Rants and myself. Our guest is going to be Cliff, and I've only watched him a few times, so
you're in for it.
I'm trying to figure out the questions.
Cliff is a definite wild ride. He is.
Oh my gosh.
He is a lot of fun. He's a good dude. I like him, but he has a lot of energy.
He's a
That's-
firecracker.
Toward the end of June, yeah, he's an entertainer. He kind of reminds me of a few other people in the comic book community. They put on a good show. They have a personality, and they're interesting and entertaining to watch. You know,
Yep.
that's about all I have, guys.
All right, Steve. Those are good books.
Yeah, good books, buddy.
Chonko, you got some hot chicks?
You got some? Yeah, I want some.
I might.
I want some perverted booby books, man. Come on.
I don't have any of that.
Yes,
So,
we must see the bosoms.
The bosoms.
I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any of that for you. I mean, I got the one on the back wall that I've displayed, but I got a Zerdy, but it's not really a not. I mean, It's not like a normal series, but Unknown Comics right now, if you go to their website, they've got like everything on sale. So like if you like stuff that used to be like $30, it's they're like going for like $8 and
I
stuff.
do
But
not know Unknown. That's a good name. For
Yeah,
me,
that's
but
probably
I
a
have
bad
not-
thing for you, Rich.
Yeah, I don't know Unknown.
There's a Zirdi, Spider Gwen Zirdi.
That's cool. I like the lighting on that.
They're all like on for
Is it
nothing.
Taco, is it a store that sells stuff, or is it a website that sells stuff? Like my
both.
comic shop.
It's
Both?
it's only their own, but there are a lot of exclusive variants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are some. It's like a Kirkman, Negative Space Kirkman.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Dang.
That was all I picked up from them. But like
Here,
right now,
I ignore their emails a lot of times. I'm just like, nope, I can't.
yeah, they're like some really really good deals right now. Yeah, I mean if you go and you kind of cruise around their site, they have a lot of cool Nakayama and Ziridi, Kirkham, Delato.
I got
More importantly, Chanko, how is their packaging?
It's good. Yeah, they do a good job. They know what they're doing.
When they did like the X-Men, what was that? The Gala. They were doing all those variant covers of like them on Vogue and stuff like that. I ended up getting a lot of those.
Is that
covers
Sherlock?
there.
This is Sherlock.
Look at that potato.
He does not want to be on camera.
What
he
a
does not
potato.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chanko's kid brother.
Yeah, Chanko was in the other room and he was losing his mind. I had to let him out. That's why when I went off camera. But he I'll have to get in there in a little bit. He's not happy to be alone that long.
Yeah.
But here's a brand new Mark Spears. This just dropped.
Oh, for
It's
a
like
Green
he's
Lantern,
flipping you
right?
off.
Yeah,
Man.
and here you want to see a great Mark Spears? Check this out. This is an homage to the J. Scott Campbell cover for Spider-Man, but it's a Vampirella, like Mary Jane.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh wow.
Your
Yeah.
internet
So
is
good.
And he even writes on here
Word,
on the I think it says Spears after Campbell. He wrote on the thing. So yeah, kind of a
That's
cool homage. And yeah, I got number 2 of this. I just was going to talk about this. I already did, but it's such
I
a
love
great
it, man.
story.
Dope, man. Dope's turned me on to several different books here lately, and that's one of them. I'm glad I went out and bought that one. That's really good.
Yeah. Some other stuff. This Virgin variant of the Spider-Man versus Predator. Yeah, I think it's Kirkham cover. And this Crow cover. It's Virgin Crow cover.
Oh wow.
Cool.
It's badass, I thought. And there's I'm embarrassed to say I got this from Comic Tom after insulting the guy about his shit on C2E2, but this John Boy Myers foil version of Battle Beast.
Oh, nice.
Look at all the carnage down there on the bottom.
Yeah, I love that.
A
Dude.
little
That's
eyeball
awesome.
down there.
Yeah.
Cool.
You say you got that
I
off of Comic Tom's site?
No, on his whatnot. I was on there and I was just like, shit. Even though I shouldn't have, but I did. Anyway.
I like that.
I did get this one everybody's kind of like recommending. I just got this, but everybody's we're taking everyone down with us.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think Eric is the one that recommended this.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I got the first 3.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I need to get 2 and 3.
so yeah, it's on the reading pile now, like which is growing by the day. And then we on Friday nights, I'm on Biggie's stream. We do kind of like it's like a spec book thing where we try to find like the biggest value. And I think this was Matt showed this and was like talking about how inexpensive it is, and it's one of I've always kind of wanted, but it's this really cool,
Court of
Owls.
Owls.
I've never owned it.
On my wall.
Yeah, I never owned it, so I got it. This cool Capullo cover, and those are kind of the newer things I got that I haven't gone through. But I was gonna say, Eric, you pointed out that convention in Tinley Park next week. If you want to go, I'm down for going.
I can't go because it's on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish I could, but I already looked to try to get off, and I can't. I hate
Yeah.
that. I hate working on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go kind of early, but then just mention upcoming for Rich and I, guests that we have coming up next week. The great and powerful Steppo Steven is going to be on, and
Yep.
we're gonna talk to Steven. I'm sure he'll show some books, but we're gonna actually talk to Steven about it, like his collecting history and how he got into collecting, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think you guys are all going to Heroes, but then. Afterward, we've got a couple guests lined up. Dope is going to be coming on, which will be hilariously funny. And we have the great AG. AG is going to come on and show one of the all-time great collections.
Yep.
Cool. Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
But yeah, I was gonna say that's pushing. That's 2.5 hours. So that's about the mark. That's our usual mark. It's try to keep it under 2.5 hours at least. Sometimes we go a little bit longer, but that's all right. Thanks to everybody in the chats. Thanks to our guest Dave, Garage Geek. If you guys haven't subbed to him, jump over there and sub to him, man. He's got a lot of good little videos and streams, man, showing off his different collections, his different interests. That's why I like watching him. That's why I asked him to come on, because I knew he had more than just comics or whatever. His collection is vast and stuff, but he calls it hoarding, but I like to call it it is hoarding, but it's collecting. That's what
it's being serious.
Yes, it's organized hoarding. That's how I look at it, because hoarding to me is just like having a dozen eggshells over in the corner that I don't want to throw away. That's hoarding.
Yeah.
But when you actually have something that's worth showing off, that's organized hoarding.
You don't want to see my diaper collection?
Yeah.
The used diaper?
Yeah.
I've got all my jars of pee since I was 5 years old.
Right.
But
hope there's not an earthquake.
Yeah. But again, man, thanks to everybody. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to you guys for jumping on. As always, it's always a blast. Love the hangout portion of the show. And with that, we will end it and see you guys next Saturday with Steppo. Can't wait. That's going to be get out the most comfortable blanket, lounge chair, anything that you want to sit in, because we're going to be under the lemon tree with Steppo with that one, man. I can't wait. But all right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Everyone.